You are now listening to Mr. Z Black Effect.
What's going on, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat on the way in. And look at that. We're a bit late, but not really though. Not in the grand scheme of Z lateness. We're not super duper late, right? I know I didn't put a link in the description box. I didn't give y'all a title. It's random videos that's been sitting in my videos for a little while now that I need to cover. It's things I've mentioned. We're gonna start working through some old videos that I've been sent, that I downloaded or I've seen and I just haven't covered. We might be doing a panel discussion. I know I said that to y'all the other day, so let's shoot for that. Right? Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat on the way in. Did I say that already? I might have said that already. Anyway, um, so we will be covering certain things, like I said. I don't know exactly where I want to start. Shout out to Compassionate and Callous. Maybe I want to start here.
Like being happy with being single and, we don't need a man and all this other stuff in response to what's going on. I've been this way for years and I'm tired. I'm really tired, and I don't think that it's weak to crave human connection. And
I'm sorry, I gotta play that again, but we gotta address Brooklyn Finest because that's hysterical and accurate. Brooklyn Finest says, Z, you can do a 3-hour live in a 5-minute video. You doing multiple clips? LOL, true. And shout out to you and shout out to BGS who has also said similar. Yes, we will see. I'm not gonna try to do the monologue hopefully won't go 3 hours. Hopefully. But we gonna try not to shoot for that much of a monologue today. I do have things I gotta handle, so maybe not that much of a monologue and then a panel discussion. That's gonna be a damn 6-7 hour stream. I don't know if I want to stream that long today. Right. So let's get underway. Let's get underway. That's funny. Brooklyn's Finance is pretty damn accurate, but let's go. Right.
like being happy with being single and, we don't need a man and all this other stuff in response to what's going on. I've been this way for years and I'm tired. I'm really tired, and I don't think that it's weak to crave human connection and to want to tear my walls down and to want to love. Like, that's like human connection is literally, it's innate in us. It is natural to us, and I don't feel like I should fault myself for that anymore, and I don't feel like I should continuously hide that. It's like I just don't know honestly what the to do.
Type shit.
Yeah, that hurt to watch. That's another one of those. And I wonder if that's the same young lady I saw a clip of her. I think Destro covered her once. She was driving her car. Her face looks kind of similar to that. Like she was tearing up, pretty much saying the same thing. Like maybe she's not meant for love. Look, I agree. There's a conversation to be had, and it would take a lot of research on my part to connect the dots of like class and relationship, particularly intimate and romantic relationship. And I have a whole theory, and I've kind of been going through it a little bit with you guys over the past couple years of like maybe working class people aren't meant to have that. Not anymore. Huh? And that's a mixture of capitalism and feminism. Oops. Particularly a neoliberal form of capitalism and a fourth wave form of feminism, right? Maybe we're not supposed to have that. Maybe you got priced out of that, young lady. I know it sounds cold and callous and coarse, and well, you need to go talk to your feminist people about that, right? yeah, so maybe working class people not supposed to have what you're talking about, right? And I do think between working so much, between like the death of the third spaces, um, between the gigification of the economy, the way we are, particularly as millennials and Gen Z, maybe the youngest of Xers also, but definitely for millennials and Gen Z, the way we were socialized and the way the system kind of raised us, maybe not so much our individual parents, but just the system that we became adults in, that raised us essentially, that a marriage and childbirth and child rearing, if air quotes done correctly, is at the end of adulting. Maybe it's at the end of adulting, and the end of adulting comes at a certain income bracket, and maybe most of us ain't gonna have that. That still doesn't mean you don't get to cheat the system and have children out of wedlock, right? Or have a little situationship, right? That doesn't mean you don't get to have a relationship. That doesn't mean you don't get to have your little 5 year long marriage, right? For black people in specific, that doesn't mean you don't get to do that. But maybe you don't, you don't have, I don't want to go doom and gloom. I don't want to I don't want to kind of back up CGA on this stuff. Coach Greg Adams, shout out to Coach Greg Adams. But maybe not. And yeah, that's a hard pill to swallow. And to be frank, ladies, you didn't make it any easier. You didn't fight, huh? Especially for those of us who aren't college educated, right? Who are not above the, let's say, 70, $80,000 a year mark. Definitely over the 80, 90 of you, maybe not. That doesn't mean that certain people don't get lucky. That doesn't mean that some of you that are here haven't been. Z, I don't know what you're talking about. I've been with my lady for 8 years, right? I'm working class. We met, we got married within 2, 3 years, and we hit that 5, 6 year mark. I made it past the 5 year mark. Shout out to you. That doesn't mean that there's not exception to the rule, but the way it's looking, the rule is maybe it's a bit difficult for us. Between the expectations, between the price point. I mean, the numbers are the numbers, everyone. And then what I'm going to recite was as of 2017. We damn near a decade past that. 2017, according to American Enterprise Institute, which, yes, is a conservative think tank, but according to the American Enterprise Institute, 26% of poor Americans were married, 39% of working class Americans were married, and 56% of middle class Americans and above were married. So I understand the young lady's tears. Mr. Z gets it, huh? But maybe this is the new normal. And quite frankly, I don't really see the ladies fighting it. Huh? I don't see the ladies fighting it. White, black, Latina, Asian, or otherwise, especially not black women. Huh? You see the clip of Kiki Palmer saying she don't want to live with no man. And she followed behind Whoopi Goldberg in them footsteps. Just saying. Huh? So I understand the young lady's tears. I agree with her. It's real out here. But are y'all questioning the system, or y'all just looking at the men individually? Or y'all thinking, no, the system it's the way it's the way they're socializing the boys and the men. Huh? That's a real question. If you don't want to experience those moments of forced solitude and loneliness, That is something that you are going to have to prepare for. And quite frankly, parents are going to have to think of differently. America no longer produces wives and husbands, definitely not wives. So if you get lucky, you get lucky. But the likeliness you get lucky, especially depending on your class position, damn, Z, you starting the stream, Doomer. Not even 10 minutes in. I know, I know. Huh? If you want to be in that type of relationship and you want America to produce an abundance of husbands, an abundance of wives, then you go have to talk to the technocrats. Huh? Y'all gonna start having to send letters to Trump and JD Vance and them. Huh? Start harassing your politicians and definitely your corporate sector, because if you think you're gonna be able to maintain a relationship with a gigafied economy, you got another thing coming. Huh? Precarious work environment and stable homes. Tell me how that's gonna work. Huh? Afro Merchant says, why you gotta be so negative? Think positive. It's reality. Gig economy, right? Automation, machine learning. Now the white collar space are going through what the blue collar space went through 30 and 40 years ago, 50 years ago. Now the white collar brethren and sistren are going through it. That doesn't mean that there's not going to be white collar workers, just like they're still blue collar workers. They're still factory workers. But as a percentage of the population, the American population is just less. We can't all work retail, goddamn, and in the service industry. I understand the young lady's tears. She's honest, and listen to what she said. We're gonna play it again. Play it again, Z, for the people.
Like being happy with being single, and we don't need a man, and all this other stuff as a in response to what's going on. I've been this way.
We're gonna pause right there. She's tired of doing the happy being single, we don't need no man. Oh, welp. Where are all the technocrats? Where are all the feminists? Where are all the decenter men? Where are all the don't pay attention to the male gaze? You too male identified. Where are all those people? Where are all the people that tell her to go live her life and she'll find someone along the way, and find a hobby, find an interest, and then you'll find a man who has similar interests to you while you're engaging in your interest? No. She told you she's tired of pretending. She's tired of pretending, but she's not the only one to say that.
Personally, I am done with all women-centered events in 2025. The women empowerment brunches, lunches, the ladies' nights, I'm just gonna take a pause. Like, I need heard enough. I have my sisterhood. Of course, I'm open to making new friends, but there's other ways to do that and to spend my money. Like, where's the...
Hey, not the only one.
Y'all want to come in my comments talking about male-centered, decenter men. You know who I'm decentering? I'm decentering you think that all women should think like you. I'm decentering you fake ass girl ass. I am decentering you because you're the problem. For my life and my experiences, you have always been the problem.
Shout out to Shay Sade. Shay, I need this video because I saw you play it on one of your videos and you played it clear and it looked way better than the version I have. but it's the same young lady. Shout out to Shay Sade. Once again, the women said they're tired of pretending.
Okay, I have one more thought that I have to get up as the sun is rising. Okay. Sometimes we lie to ourselves. And I've been doing that for quite some time now. And I am 32 this year. And it's almost the end of the year, so I'll be 33. And I'm just not about to go into 33 lying. So I'm going to be one of the first hard up type of women to admit that I want a man. I may actually need a man. That feels so disempowering sometimes to say in 2025. And people make you feel like, oh, you're weak. It's like, fuck it. I want a man. I don't necessarily... Yes.
Huh? The question then becomes, what was the point of all the nice stuff? The technology, the easily accessible, whatever the hell, you could order a damn relationship online practically. Order a pizza, order groceries, damn near order a car, buy a home without even seeing it in person. Huh? Trump ordering drone strikes, goddamn Z. What's the point of all the nice stuff if your young people aren't getting connected and having children and producing the next generation of taxpayers in the machine? Huh? Well, damn. Your automobiles are parallel parking themselves. They driving themselves. Huh? Multiple ways of communicating. Your damn cell phone, you could text, you could email, you could call, you could video chat, you could stream and talk. And yet, this might be arguably the worst time for men and women human connection. What's the point? Cheap air travel, relatively cheap air travel. You could damn near get flew out to anywhere on this planet. Low key, at least in the continental US, especially for those of us black folks in metropolitan areas, major cities, or you're within 30, 40, 50 miles of a major city, you could be at wherever you want in the US by tonight. By 12 o'clock tonight. Low key. Definitely by tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock. You could be just about, if you live in LA, you could be in Miami tonight. You could just decide right now you want to be in Miami and be in Miami tonight. You could be in New York tonight. If you're in Chicago, you could be in Dallas tonight. You could be in Atlanta tonight. Huh? If you're in Miami, you could be in Seattle. Well, it might be taking a little bit longer, but you could be in Seattle low key by tomorrow morning or tonight. Huh? You can go from San Francisco to Boston tonight, low key. If not tomorrow morning, let's say tomorrow morning the latest, before 12. And even with that relatively quick and relatively cheap air travel, your young people are not coupling up. What the hell? And that's across country. I didn't even say within your same city or county. Definitely not in your same city. You could be at a different part of the city within the next 30 minutes. Uber, you could be at a different part of the city within the hour, and you didn't have to touch a steering wheel. No? So what was the point of the cell phone? What was the point of the cars? The e-bikes. Take your take your e-bike and be 10 blocks down the road in a couple of minutes. I ain't even gonna I'm reading that trail. That's hysterical. Whoops. So the young lady is crying and she's tired of pretending. And I would argue a lot of women are talking a hella crap on the internet and on social media, but then their alone time, yeah, they're not picking up a cell phone and crying, which once again we already mentioned that before, the performative nature of recording yourself crying. Jesus. But how many women share this same sentiment? Yeah, they might be typing feverishly, right? Twitter fingers, talking mad crap about black men, about men in general, black men specifically. But when they log off in their alone time, well,
Like being happy with being single and, you know, we don't need a man and all this other stuff as a in response to what's going on. I've been this way for years and I'm tired. I'm really tired and I don't think that it's weak to crave human connection and to want to tear my walls down.
let's pause right there again. Another one of these videos, as Mr. Z says, every time we play a video like this, she's not talking to y'all men. Dear black men, she's not talking to you. She's talking to Kim Foster. She's not talking to you. She's talking to Dr. Sabrina Strings. Huh? She's talking to Chrissy. She's talking to Manifestel. She's talking to YV Edit. She's talking to sovereign black woman. Huh? Another one of these videos, whenever you hear black women, particularly, but any woman say, I'm tired of pretending, I can't do it no more. It's not weak of me to want romantic connection. She's not talking to you, black men in specific. Now, if you catch her, she might be like, no, I'm talking to people. I'm talking to everyone. No. She's talking to black women. She's talking to women. She's talking to those feminists. She's talking to those women that tell her, decenter men, stop worrying about the male gaze, toughen up, hold the line. She's talking to Kim Foster and them.
Because getting a man is not hard. Can we? Truly. Okay, no matter what happens with my relationship status, getting a man is not an accomplishment in 2023. And it also pisses me off. And this is why, like, Brittany is really fucking setting the free 30-something women the fuck back, okay? You're embarrassing us. Okay? And this is why I will always respect Amber Rose. Because to this day, Amber Rose is like, I'll take your fucking shit. I don't give a fuck. I do what I want to do. Sometimes it's a little cringy, but I'm going to stand on my shit. I'm going to own it. I love this. Whatever. She never switched up. Brittany's doing exactly. She's doing exactly what the manosphere niggas talk about. Okay? Which is, you have a bad experience with a wealthy, high-profile person. You have a baby. You get dragged through the mud. And then you realize you're in your early 30s. This is their narrative. Their narrative is then you have a baby, you get dragged through the mud, and then you realize, oh, the clock is ticking. And so now you have to completely rebrand into a loud and proud pick me and scold other women about what they're not doing to get them in. That is exactly what they say. Why would stop embarrassing us? Stop embarrassing us. As a single 33-year-old woman, stop it, okay? You know, I hope she at least, gets man she desires. I hope she gets some, good, faithful dick to swoop in or whatever, pay her car note or whatever.
Huh? That's why Mr. Z says, and I say it often, women like this They hate black men more than they love black women. But said differently, okay, fine, they don't hate black men. Debatable, they don't hate black men. Fine. They want to see black men brought to heel. They want black men to know their place beneath black women. They want to reinforce the hierarchy within the black community where black women are above black men. Let's be very clear. More than they care about black women loneliness. They want black men to know their place beneath black women, and I don't mean that in a giggity way. More than they care about black women mental sanity. Huh? What you saw from Kim Foster here concerning Brittany Renner was Kim Foster telling Brittany Renner, hold the line. You're, as she said, you're embarrassing us. She told, Kim Foster said to Brittany Renner, take that monkey ish off, you embarrassing us. Stop saying to women that we need to go to the gym and we need to be appealing to these men. F these men. We could be as overweight as we want to be. We could be as sloppy as we want to be. We could be as mean as we want to be. As rude, as dismissive, as smug, as sassy. And if he wants to be with us, great. If he don't, so be it. But we ain't changing nothing for no men. Once again, decenter men. Once again, forget about the male gaze. That's what Kim Foster is saying to Brittany Renner. That's what Kim Foster is saying to this crying ass young lady.
Like, being happy with being single and, you know, we don't need a man and all this other stuff in response to what's going on. I've been this way for years and I'm tired. I'm really tired, and I don't think that it's weak to crave human connection and to want to tear my walls down and to want to love.
Huh? And exactly, Mr. DJ. Hit the like button. Hate listeners. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. You know we got hate listeners. You know we got hate listeners. Of course we do. Of course we do. Huh? Oh man. Hey, let me read that from Mr. Wilson because I highlighted it. And yeah, he says, let me get this straight. Home chick went to Harvard to speak like that. Look, I've seen her in moments where she has her notes and she's, you know, she's doing her erudite thing. Z, really? You give her all of that? I know. With that, Mr. Wilson, all of that go out the door when they talking about us. When black women talking about us, all that discipline and professionalism and education go out the door because they need you to know your place. And if they feel like a black woman is being too lenient on y'all, they need that black woman to appreciate that she's supposed to be barking on us. Barking on black men, reminding black men of their place beneath black women. It's par for the course what Kim Foster was doing. She was checking Brittany Renner because Brittany Renner out here saying, okay, you're going to have to give the men something. Give them something to look at. Let them see some type of effort. You working out for them. And Kim Foster like, who? Men? Black men? Oh, hell no. So yes, home chick went to Harvard to speak like that concerning you. Concerning me, concerning we, huh? Yeah, the same. Look at what we saw with the therapist when that was in 2024. When it comes to black men, black women don't got no damn professionalism. They talk to you however they want to talk to you. They bark on you however. All that's out the door. When it comes to you, all that education, the discipline they're supposed to have, the words, the vocabulary, all that go out the door. Concerning you, black men, So yeah. So continuing, let's finish up with this crying ass lady.
Like being happy with being single and we don't need a man and all this other stuff as a in response to what's going on. I've been this way for years and I'm tired. I'm really tired, and I don't think that it's weak to crave human connection and to want to tear my walls down and to want to love. Like, that's like human connection is literally, it's innate in us. It is natural to us, and I don't feel like I should fault myself for that anymore, and I don't feel like I should continuously hide that. It's like I just don't know honestly what the to do.
Type shit.
She said she's tired of hiding that. Ooh. Ooh. Tired of hiding it. She's not hiding it because of the man, ladies. Miss Foster. All you feminists. Black feminists. Rest in peace, Bell Hooks. Huh? All you high sedity feminists. Yeah, I checked out Dr. Ron O'Neill and Dr. Dunbar's stream last night. Shout out to BGS for streaming it. All you feminists, black feminists, supposed womanist, yawn. Anyway, yes, some of this environment is your creation also. I won't put the whole onus on you. Ugh. Z, you be too lenient. I know. Huh? Yeah, y'all helped to create this. Now your daughters are saying, look, I can't do it no more. The loneliness is suffocating. Huh? And talking issues type issue. First off, of course Compassionate would put that at the end. Because that's how Compassionate speak. That's his humor. Huh? Shout out to BGS, shout out to Relevant. Relevant said, don't start swimming, Z. It's somewhat of an inside joke for those of us that heard that stream that I had in the panel discussion and I was talking about swimming out. And BGS like, no, swim out for who? Relevant said, nah, bro. She gonna have to drown in them tears, player. God damn. Right? And shout out to Toya. Toya said, no, look, I'm chocolate bar over here, player. Right? Oh, man. So, yeah, it's sad. I do want to start having, especially in 2026, I did it in 25, I did it in 24. I think I want to start emphasizing the mechanisms that help to create this, right? Not just the individuals, because that's easy. The constant look between Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. I don't even gotta do the videos on Twitter or Facebook. It's a lifetime supply of videos with female effery. It's a lifetime supply of videos. Even if I just focus on black women, it's a lifetime supply of videos. But I think in 26, I'm going to pepper in more and more a more systemic analysis, even more than I was already. Right? Because I think it's easy to have the conversation about how the women are responding to and reacting to the environment, and less so it's a bit more difficult because I think many of us are just short-sighted, myopic, and just don't have a systemic analysis, to be frank with you. Not so much us in the Black manosphere, but just about everybody else. Um, and not speaking about the environment that creates this, right? And that's why I play that clip from Wisecrack speaking about Disney and speaking about Malcolm in the Middle, where they tell you, hey, we pretty much sold crack cocaine to the girls in the form of lifestyle advertisement when they were kids. And now those girls are women, the very youngest of Xers, but definitely millennials and the oldest of Gen Z. We sold crack cocaine lifestyle to the girls. And now they're women, and now they're out there for you men to deal with. Have fun. Yeah, we know she's delusional. Huh? You could you can thank Disney and Nickelodeon and reality TV shows, and now increasingly social media for the delusion. Huh? At one point it was Viacom. Now I can't remember what parent company bought them years ago, and I think another parent company bought that parent company. Whatever. Shout out to all the hedge fund managers and all those people, right? Private equity. That was the term. That was the word. Mr. Z got there, and I forgot it. And I remembered it again. All the private equity people. Shout out to all of them. And your daughter's minds belong to some middle-aged and old white private equity men. You want to know why she sounds absolutely insane? Go ask the middle-aged and old white private equity dudes. Go ask the screenwriters, which are probably still mainly white men. Huh? Or the women who are now screenwriters, but they were influenced when they were children by, well, television shows that were written by, wait for it, middle-aged and old white men. We pretty much have Milton Freeman and the Chicago Boys writing television shows for our kids. Well, damn. Then you wonder how she go from 12 to 15 to 18 to 24, and now she's absolutely positively delusional. 30, delusional. 34, still delusional. 40, delusional. Huh? So we're gonna be having more, and that's gonna put more on me to find the materials to support my ideas about how, yeah, the system kind of screwed us mentally and psychologically. And now it's our job as millennials, um, maybe some of the youngest of Xers, but definitely millennials and the oldest of Gen Z, whether we have children or not, to course correct. To course correct for our children, our nephews and nieces, because this is not sustainable. And I detest the idea that the only people that are going to have, excuse me, the only people that are going to have stable nuclear families are the elite and a handful of us that hold on for dear life. You got lucky. You were working class and you found a spouse who's working class and y'all are committed. But I detest the idea that the only people that have a viable situation that's maybe last are the top 20%. So let me get them right. They get the jobs, and they get the careers, and they get the better diet, and they get the better neighborhoods, and they get the better spouses. What? About to get our Marie Antoinette on. it's for everybody. Anyway. Yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna play that one more again and we're gonna move on to the next one. I hate that I'm proving y'all right because this one video is we done spent like 35 minutes on because Z. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Continuing.
Like being happy with being single and, you know, we don't need a man and all this other stuff in response to what's going on. I've been this way for years and I'm tired. I'm really tired, and I don't think that it's weak to crave human connection and to want to tear my walls down and to want to love. Like, that's like human connection is literally, it's innate in us. It is natural to us, and I don't feel like I should fault myself for that anymore, and I don't feel like I should continuously hide that. It's like I just don't know honestly what the to do.
Type shit.
Ah. Right. Damn. Yeah. Yeah. And Vincent, you can hear that she was really crying too. Yeah, it's just something about the recording yourself crying thing. It comes off a bit performative, a lot of performative. But yeah, was it genuine? Possibly, but the recording and then uploading you crying, I get it. A cry for help, I get it. You crying for help, and hopefully some randoms. I don't know how this is supposed to work in their mind. Some random stranger gonna show this to her brother and be like, "Well, aren't you single? What you think about her?" Like, stop, cut it out. It's some weird stuff, huh? That show says terrorism, and I hear y'all. I'm reading the comments about when she mentions tear her walls down. I thought it when I first saw the video. I was like, I don't know, maybe a poor choice of words for what you're trying to express right now, or maybe it's the right choice of words for what you're trying to express right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Anyway, right. So. Continuing, so we mentioned that that's kind of sad. That's kind of sad. So we're going from a bit sad to a bit realistic. Now time to put some vibes on the ladies. I'm just saying we kind of went doomer for all of us. Now it's time to kind of kill a dream and aspiration a little bit, tiny bit, kind of a lot.
The wealthy will not marry you, and here's why. There's a term for this in economics, and it's called assortative mating. It's a tendency for people to marry others like themselves, high earners with high earners, college grads with college grads, and over the last few decades, the pattern has intensified. People don't choose partners from the entire population, they choose from people they actually meet. People from the same schools, same jobs, same cities. So marriage stops being random and becomes a lot more predictable. And this has consequences. Wealth doesn't come from income alone, it comes from stability, from true salaries instead of one, from shared risk, from access to better neighborhoods, better schools, and better networks. That's how advantage compounds. This is why today, who you marry matters almost as much as what you do, why upward mobility feels harder, and why effort alone is not enough to close the gap. Once assortative mating sets in, it reinforces itself. Children grow up in healthier homes, they get better education, they move to the same expensive cities, they meet people just like them, and they marry each other. So when people say anyone can make it, they're ignoring a part of the system that matters deeply. So if you feel like this economy isn't built for you, it's because in some ways it isn't. And it's not because we're failing as individuals, it's because wealth is concentrating two people at a time.
It's because the game is not, we know it's not fair. That's an issue, but what we're not telling young people, young working class people, is you're the ones who can least afford this do my own thing, strong, independent thing, because you're allowing the gap to get larger when Kushner and Trump marry. They both have slime ball fathers, but then when they couple up, their children just exponentially leapfrog your child even more than they were already. I made mention of this on this stream before, but one of Richard Nixon's kids married one of Eisenhower's kids. So how is that supposed to work for a bunch of us that are single? Particularly you ladies. So the rest of us, mainly working class folks, lower middle class folks, want to do whatever I want to do, folks, women. You just freestyling. Your little $45,000 a year, $55,000 a year, you just freestyling. All the upward mobility in your life is on you by yourself. Doable. But that was a long pause, I know. If the wealth is concentrating and calcifying at the top, and then they're coupling up and getting married, and then they're having children, and then they're staying married, and lifetime in vitro transfers with that child, in vitro, I can't remember. Either way, in life transfers of wealth. And then grandparents are in life transfers of wealth on top of parents. Oh, huh? Then make it worse. Certain respects, y'all marry, y'all couple up, everything's going fine, and she torpedoes the goddamn marriage on y'all ass. She files for divorce. Well, that wealth accumulation just vanished. In vivo. Thank you, Big Mo. That's what I wanted to. That's what I was trying to say. Mr. Z over here messed up. In vivo life transfers. Exactly, Eric. Eric says the game was never meant to do it alone. Yeah. And I maintain this is class warfare. I don't care what nobody say. So you gotta say something to kind of insulate your point. I feel like, goddamn, BGS over here shaking his fist. I feel like this is class warfare. I'm not saying that we don't have wayward women down this way. What I am saying is not only the wayward women. This is definitely class warfare. Either way, Big Mo, he says, oops, in vivo. It's not in vivo EN, it's in vivo IN. Huh? So yes, on the way, the women, working class wayward, and we have an abundance of wayward working class women. Not all of them, just most of them. Goddamn. Lower middle class, working poor, yes. Huh? True indeed, it's true. But is it only that? Just saying. We're going to play one more again. Well, maybe more than one time, but continue.
The wealthy will not marry you, and here's why. There's a term for this in economics, and it's called assortative mating. It's a tendency for people to marry others like themselves, high earners with high earners, college grads with college grads, and over the last few decades, the pattern has intensified. People don't choose.
She's correct. The problem is, and as everyone, not even just in the Black Minister, just about all the male advocacy spaces keep saying this, and everybody keep on ignoring it because of class warfare. But continuing, the issue here is the working class women are saying elite men or nothing. So when you say it's assortative mating is the likeliness or the ability or the probability of like minds and like people coupling up. Maybe we coupling up, but working class women, quite frankly, think they're better than working class men. The men that they have access to readily, the women think they're better than that. And you could see it in Professor Galloway's face. He know that. He just can't say it. Mr. Z has listened to enough Dr. Richard Reeves to see he know that. He just is not saying it. He's not saying it. Now, in these red pill spaces and manosphere spaces, we're saying it. Everyone knows it, by the way. The technocrats know. Class warfare. But once again, the issue with this, in this particular thing right here that she's mentioning, that's not the men. That's the women in the working poor class, lower middle class. Maybe when you start getting to solidly middle class, that's a different conversation. Definitely upper middle class and above, different conversation. But as you come back down and you start to pass that threshold from middle class to lower middle, oh man, to 1 foot in middle, 1 foot in working class, it's the women. They don't want to do assortative mating. They think they're better because they're college degree. But lady, you're not in those spaces. Yeah, you have a college degree. Yeah, you have a college degree in whatever it is, and you're making your $50,000-$60,000 a year. But you still not in those spaces to even emphasize the class part. Yeah, you got the degree, you have the education. You drive your Tesla Model 3 and you have a condo downtown. I don't even know what downtown you have a condo in with 60 grand, but okay, fine. But it's these ladies. That assortative mating falls off a cliff once you start getting to lower middle class. Definitely once you get into working class, because simply the women think they're better. And that's not just Z spewing toxic black manosphere nonsense. When you poll the women, that's what you see on the Man on the Street interviews. Uh-oh.
How old are you?
I'm 29.
Are you single?
Yes.
Why are you single right now?
Because the men are not enough rich to take care of me.
So you're looking for a rich man?
Yes. Yes, I want to be spoiled.
Why does he have to be rich?
Because I want to be spoiled. Because I make my own money and I need to be dominated.
You know, Mr. Z just thought, I did not actually intend for this to be a bit of a doomer stream, but I'm realizing, goddamn Z, I know it's a doomer stream. Well, y'all buckle in. Z, you didn't realize it was a doomer stream? Look at your background. I know. But I didn't think this was going to be a doomer stream, but here we are. Play it again, Z. Play it again. And this time try to play the whole thing. I don't know about that. Continuing.
The wealthy will not marry you, and here's why. There's a term for this in economics, and it's called assortative mating. It's a tendency for people to marry others like themselves, high earners with high earners, college grads with college grads, and over the last few decades, the pattern has intensified. People don't choose partners from the entire population, they choose from people they actually meet. People from the same schools, same jobs, same cities. So marriage stops being random and becomes a lot more predictable. And this has consequences. Wealth doesn't come from income alone, it comes from stability, from true salaries instead of one, from shared risk, from access to better neighborhoods, better schools, and better networks. That's how advantage compounds. This is why today, who you marry matters almost as much as
she said, and better networks. Pause right there. And better networks. We're going to play it again. We're going to pause right after she say it.
The wealthy will not marry you, and here's why. There's a term for this in economics, and it's called assortative mating. It's a tendency for people to marry others like themselves, high earners with high earners, college grads with college grads, and over the last few decades, the pattern has intensified. People don't choose partners from the entire population, they choose from people they actually meet. People from the same schools, same jobs, same cities. So marriage stops being random and becomes a lot more predictable. And this has consequences. Wealth doesn't come from income alone, it comes from stability, from true salaries instead of one, from shared risk, from access to better neighborhoods, better schools, and better networks. That's how it.
And better networks. When y'all hear, particularly black women, but all women in working class, lower middle class, working poor, especially working poor and working class women, college degreed up or not, railing, angry, it's that right there. What happened to the better networks? I thought this degree was going to get me better networks. Huh? I thought living in this city was going to give me better networks. I thought that man was going to give me a better network. God damn, Z. Huh? That man was supposed to get me a better network so I could leave his ass for a better man. God damn. Huh? Where's my better networks? Where's my top shelf men? Where's my lifestyle? Better networks. Huh? What I like about this clip is she was short, sweet, and to the point in a minute. Huh? In 1 minute and 3 seconds, she got to the point. Look, you probably ain't gonna marry rich, ladies. It's not gonna happen. Which wouldn't be the end of the world. We've had women throughout human history not marry rich and still marry, have children, be somewhat content. I don't know about all that, but okay, fine, be somewhat content. Have happy moments. But in this new era, the women are saying, yeah, unless we dirt poor and we don't know any better, or we're uber rich or super well off, maybe not uber rich, but so super comfortable financially. So this is where the $300,000 a year or more, that's when women start having kids again. It's not no oops baby. They start having kids, especially in wedlock at $300,000 a year or more. There's been studies on this. That's where that come in. But all of us in the middle, no pun. Yeah, about that. 1 kid, maybe 2 kids if you're lucky, 3 kids. What drugs are you on? 4 kids, okay. Do you have a problem? You're a natalist, huh? And they mean that in a negative way. 5 kids, okay, I think there's something weird about them. Huh? But that network, ooh. The anger and the rage you see some of these college-educated black women have, and she only making, she's in her mid-30s making $48,000 a year, $52,000 a year, and there's nothing wrong with that. Mr. Z's not talking about that part. Mr. Z's talking about the part, the anger she has at the men she has access readily to. The anger is, Negro, you don't come with the network. That's the problem. Why would I want to be with you? You don't, where's the network? Continuing.
The wealthy will not marry you, and here's why. There's a term for this in economics, and it's called assortative mating. It's a tendency for people to marry others like themselves, high earners with high earners, college grads with college grads, and over the last few decades, the pattern has intensified. People don't choose partners from the entire population, they choose from people they actually meet. People from the same schools, same jobs, same cities. So marriage stops being random and becomes a lot more predictable. And this has consequences. Wealth doesn't come from income alone.
Yeah, that's women. Marriage becomes a lot less random and more predictable. I guarantee, I put money you can track that with the rise of second wave feminism. Especially as you transition from second wave to third wave, I put money it perfectly tracks with, oh crap, that marriage rate for middle class and lower is dropping off a cliff, because as the women attend college and are introduced to different ways of thinking, okay, fine, nothing wrong with that. Marriage becomes a luxury item. That sounds good until you have to deal with the fallout. Say bye-bye to your population, your birth rate, huh? Yeah, I saw Jason Black cover and shout out to Lion for having me watch that. Jason Black and a bunch of folks covered the fact that Jim Beam, was it Jim Beam? Was it Jack Daniels? Whatever one of them. Young people, they have so much alcohol in storage because young people not buying. Yeah, young people are killing the restaurant too. We can't afford it. They not having no kids neither. Oops. We could rail on the women all day, everyone. Mr. Z agrees. I have years of content that says as much. But once we zoom out and take a systemic analysis, yeah. How is this supposed to work? People want their children to compete. They want to give their children advantages. And if we got the college school scandal happening, ooh. If we have legacy admissions happening, ooh. How is that supposed to work? Huh? Upward mobility in America is worse than the UK, a goddamn literal monarchy. A literal monarchy with a literal king. Huh? Yeah. So yes, your young people are like, yeah. And Lion says Sachs filing Sachs filing for bankruptcy. I think you meant Sachs filing in the bankruptcy. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And is there a bit of, as millennials become the larger population of the US, because I think there's more millennials than Xers, and I think we outnumber Gen Z also. So as millennials become the larger, air quotes, consumer base, whatever that means for our age group, shout out to us millennials, as we become the larger, air quotes, consumer base, does that mean our tastes are different than boomers and Xers? Yes, of course. But is that the real reason, or definitely the only reason that some of these establishments are going bye-bye? Hell no. We can't afford it. Exactly what Lion says. What money? Right? So is Mr. Z doing okay-ish in life financially? Yes. But as a generation, Mr. Z being a millennial, yeah, that's a different conversation. Huh? Exactly. And Lion said, we ain't got it. Millennials collectively patting their pockets like, what you talking about? Shrugs. We ain't got it. Huh? So is it a difference in taste compared to some of maybe the oldest of Xers and definitely the boomers, our parents? Yes. But is it simply that? While you have these restaurants and these, manufacturers of whatever the hell and alcohol brands and beverages either filing for bankruptcy or saying, okay, we got to sit on this pause stock because we are not selling. Different in taste? Yes. But also, we ain't got it. We don't have it. Right? Huh? And shout out to who plays that? Is it Coach Greg Adams or is it Obsidian? Broke 5 broke. Right? Yeah. So let's actually try to get through it this time. Z, play it again.
The wealthy will not marry you, and here's why. There's a term for this in economics, and it's called assortative mating. It's a tendency for people to marry others like themselves, high earners with high earners, college grads with college grads, and over the last few decades, the pattern has intensified. People don't choose partners from the entire population, they choose from people they actually meet. People from the same schools, same jobs, same cities. So marriage stops being random and becomes a lot more predictable. And this has consequences. Wealth doesn't come from income alone, it comes from stability, from true salaries instead of one, from shared risk, from access to better neighborhoods, better schools, and better networks. That's how advantage compounds. This is why today, who you marry matters almost as much as what you do, why upward mobility feels harder, and why effort alone is not enough to close the gap. Once assortative mating sets in, it reinforces itself. Children grow up in healthier homes, they get better education, they move to the same expensive cities, they meet people just like them, and they marry each other. So when people say anyone can make it, they're ignoring a part of the system that matters deeply. So if you feel like this economy isn't built for you, it's because in some ways it isn't. And it's not because we're failing as individuals, it's because wealth is concentrating 2 people at a time.
I want everyone to appreciate the women are screaming because even if they can't articulate it like this young lady, they feel that. No pun. They're screaming because they could feel that in the environment. They could feel it in the air, in the atmosphere. And we already know that those elite dudes, mainly white, they might have a little bit of fun with whoever. They might have a little bit of fun with whoever. Notice Mr. Z didn't just say women, right? Oops. But when it come time to get married, ain't that right, Harry? Oops. When it's time to get married, that's a different conversation. Ain't that right, Charles? Oops. And I'm not talking about our Charles and the Black Minister either. The ladies feel that in the environment, and they're incensed that what was subtly suggested to them, the way they act like it was promised to them, what was subtly suggested to them is if they go to school and get their education and, you know, rub the right elbows with the right people, hobnob and knob slob, goddamn Z. If they hobnob and knob slob with the right people, then she too can be in the penthouse in Manhattan. It wasn't said to them, definitely not as overtly as Mr. Z, but it was suggested through movies, through music, through TV, through certain romance novels. Yeah. And the women lose it as they realize, wait, oh, so I'm not only am I not going to get that, I'm not going to get nowhere near that. Huh? Hey, Trell, while you BSing, for real though, and Trell says slob with the right knobs. Hey, slob on the right knob. And that's what it really is. You know, years and years and years ago, Yvette Carnell had a young lady call in, African young lady, African American, well, literally African American young lady, like by way of Africa. Parents are African. And she would listen in still, even though, you know, AOS, but she's not AOS. And she called in and she recounted a story to Yvette Carnell about being at a frat party, and a Latina of hers was, there was a white dude that was kind of flirting with her, and a Latina of hers was like, hey, you need to get with him because he's such and such and he knows such and da da da. And she, you know, she went on a date with him, but it just wasn't clicking. And then the Latina ended up messing with him apparently. And Yvette Carnell was like, yeah, you know, and that is a good thing you did it because you never know how that would have turned out and blah blah blah. And it Trell saying, you know, slob with the right knobs, it reminded me of that story because of what the Latina told her. Like, hey, you gonna mess up a great opportunity. Which is understandable. Like, I can see a mother saying that. I can see even a father saying that. Like, look, I'm just saying, if you don't like them, then you don't like them. If you don't find them attractive or they're not interesting, I get it. But I'm just saying, I get that, right? It's understandable. Like, you might want to reconsider. Read some litter. Sure. With that, if the quickest way to wealth is marrying into it, particularly for women, right? Particularly for women, for men too, but particularly for women. Then Trell, yeah, slobbing with the right knobs or slobbing on the right knob. I mean, it's funny, but it's kind of accurate. And that's why I would argue, hear women so feverishly. Like, this is the dream of all dreams. Is to put in minimal effort in some Bartholomew III, wealthy McWealth finds you interesting enough and wants to marry you. Huh? That is like the dream of all dreams. So yeah, So I wanted to play that for y'all. We're gonna play one more again and then move along. But I want us to consider that even if it's not overtly being told to the ladies, this and sometimes it is. You have the Shira Sevens who say it in their own way. The Chrissies with her swirl divest say it in their own way. Chrysler Karazin used to kind of somewhat imply it, suggested just outright say it. Manifestel and whatnot. So the ladies may not be being told that overtly. Sometimes they are, but they definitely can sense that in the environment. When you couple that with their fantasy corn, right? Their fantasy corn may not be the physical interaction the way the men watch it, right? It may not be Cornhub or, you know, X whatever the hell, X videos or X what's the X hamster. It may not be that, but those television shows and those movies that show an obscene amount of wealth and a woman who's just living lavishly in it, God forbid it's a black woman, that is corn to the ladies. That fantasy lifestyle corn, and it tickles a part of them. No pun. I know it's funny. I know. It tickles a part of them that just want to be kept. And if they were watching the Disney shows, as I mentioned earlier, then it reminds them of that, but an adult version. That's where 50 Shades of Grey come from. It is all men who've ever mentioned this, they're right. If Buddy Roll from 50 Shades of Grey was poor, that would have been seen as a horror film. And everyone knows it. What makes 50 Shades of Grey so great is that he was rich. Uber rich. Huh? Exactly. And the power dynamic, it's chef's kiss because he's so rich. The women have no problem with the uber rich. Don't ever forget the race part. Uber rich white man, relatively young-ish, middle-aged or young-ish, relatively good-looking, uber rich white man flexing power. He's rich, he's tall, he's good-looking enough, and he's white. God. Huh? At least in the minds of the women, including the women of color. Ooh, Z, you're going to take it that next step. You know it, including the black women. Wait, he's tall? Okay, check. White? Check. Rich? Check. Relatively good looking? Check. Oh, that's God. Oh, that's God. That's God. Now we know in real life, Son of God, Jesus, it was none of that. Don't matter. But God on earth? Oh, yeah. Huh? Just saying. Meanwhile, y'all check Mr. Z's community tab, what I posted, I think, this morning. Did I post that last night? I think I posted this morning. Barry's Economics, not Gary's Economics. Yes, both of them are from the UK. Barry's Economics. Once again, not Gary's Economics. Covers what wealth does to the mind of people. What an obscene amount, extraordinary amount of wealth does to the minds of people. That's why it was so believable to when we all, you know, when you're growing up and you hear this idea of Marie Antoinette in the middle of the French Revolution saying, let them eat cake. Right? That's why it's believable, because we understand that great wealth and great power just distorts the human mind. But the ladies want to live that anyway. And shout out to that young lady for that clip. Exactly. Genius. Exactly. And talking about that, what do many black women see as that upwardly mobile in skin color? Well,
I just feel like this goes back to black women being so fucking delusional. Like, it really goes back to that. They really think that they can date out, you know, and go and get with a Caucasian man and think that they're just gonna snag the best of the best. Like, that's not happening in mass. And the statistics show it that that's not happening in mass. So when black women get on this app or on the internet in general and try to sit here and act like they're just with top shelf white men, I'm always laughing because I'm like, ma'am, the statistics have already shown you're lying. So, you know, I'm gonna just continue letting these black women live in their fucking delusion. But yeah, white men ain't splitting us. They never have been, they never will be. So if you have any sense, you would go and try to get the best black man you can find as a black woman, have black children, and keep our race going. I'm not helping them keep their shit going. Why the fuck would I do that?
shout out to the young lady. Agreed. But you're going to see this with extreme wealth calcification. Huh? What's the Indian song, If I Had a Rich Man? Like that's the goal, and especially when the wealth isn't a bit more evenly distributed. We don't expect it to be one for one. That's not a thing. This is not a utopia. But as the wealth calcification gets worse, what do we think's gonna happen? Huh? What do we think is going to happen? Women of color are going to attempt to look up, black women in specific, in our case, and for many of them, up is black male athlete, maybe, black male entertainer, right? The local scammer, maybe an attorney, a black male attorney that's doing pretty well. If you could find you a black male physician that's doing pretty well, that's understandable, right? All okay, makes sense, right? Someone that's been in the military long enough, they might be earning pretty good money, at least relative to what you making, right? And especially for black women, any non-black man will do, but especially a white man. That's what up looks like. That's what upwardly mobile looks like to them, is the number of different black male archetypes I described, and any stable-ish, maybe not so stable, non-black man. At least you get the pretty mixed babies from the deal, right? With the looser curls, that's what she think. Huh? Exactly. Thank you, Chef Mike. That's exactly, you know exactly what song I'm talking about. Fiddler on the Roof, If I Were a Rich Man. Thank you. That's exactly this. And that songs goes chef's kiss perfect for the two videos I just played. So I'm gonna play them back to back now because Chef Mike gave us the title of the song. So we're gonna play the one where the lady's speaking about wealth, and then we're gonna play the one where the lady's speaking about black women being delusional about these white men. Continuing.
The wealthy will not marry you, and here's why. There's a term for this in economics, and it's called assortative mating. It's a tendency for people to marry others like themselves, high earners with high earners, college grads with college grads, and over the last few decades, the pattern has intensified. People don't choose partners from the entire population, they choose from people they actually meet. People from the same schools, same jobs, same cities. So marriage stops being random and becomes a lot more predictable. And this has consequences. Wealth doesn't come from income alone, it comes from stability, from true salaries instead of one, from shared risk, from access to better neighborhoods, better schools, and better networks. That's how advantage compounds. This is why today, who you marry matters almost as much as what you do. Why upward mobility feels harder, and why effort alone is not enough to close the gap. Once assortative mating sets in, it reinforces itself. Children grow up in healthier homes, they get better education, they move to the same expensive cities, they meet people just like them, and they marry each other. So when people say anyone can make it, they're ignoring a part of the system that matters deeply. So if you feel like this economy isn't built for you, it's because in some ways it isn't. And it's not because we're failing as individuals, it's because wealth is concentrating 2 people at a time.
I just feel like this goes back to black women being so fucking delusional. Like, it really goes back to that. They really think that they can date out, you know, and go and get with a Caucasian man and think that they're just gonna snag the best of the best. Like, that's not happening in mass. And the statistics show it that that's not happening in mass. So when black women get on this app or on the internet in general and try to sit here and act like they're just with top shelf white men, I'm always laughing because I'm like, ma'am, the statistics have already shown you're lying. So, you know, I'm gonna just continue letting these black women live in their fucking delusion. But yeah, white men ain't splitting us. They never have been, they never will be. So if you have any sense, you would go and try to get the best black man you can find as a black woman, have black children, and keep our race going. I'm not helping them keep their shit going. Why the fuck would I do that?
Agreed. Right? Agreed. So I would argue before we have a come to Jesus moment and realization from the ladies across the board, not just black women, specifically black women concerning us, there's going to be an increase in that feverish, okay, what am I gonna do for the rich man? We know you're gonna fly to Dubai for off chance. Anyway, poop in a cup. Anyway, you're gonna see that like feverish. As a matter of fact, Mr. Z, slow up, Mr. Z. You try to say that we haven't seen the feverish attitude over the past few years? Good point. Good point. Right? Good point. I think it's gonna get crazier and worse though, but good point. Right? That feverish, I need to have it. What am I gonna do? Huh? And this is where Mandalorianism comes in. This is where black men's Mandalorianism comes in. All right. The first video I played with the crying ass lady. This is where black men's Mandalorianism come in. The environment is going to not just facilitate that, I would argue encourage it. It would be what's best for the masses of black men. Huh? Not simply for self-preservation, but for prosperity. Right? So the delusional black women thinking that she's gonna pull not just a white man. Okay, doable. Likeliness, not so much as they talk, but okay, fine, doable. No pun. But pull upper middle class and above white man, yeah, okay, yeah, that's it. And all these little videos they're creating online and think pieces and feel pieces, shout out to Indigo Flow. All these videos is just advertisement, and the white men don't care. What do you mean advertisement, Z? They're advertising themselves to these non-black men, specifically white men. What can a black woman do for you? Call 1-800, what can a black woman do for you? She can level up your style. She can go with you to the barbershop so he can give you a fade. She can insist that you get a couple of tattoos. She can teach you the black scent. Teach you how to dap up like you're from the hood. Show you the current goings on around the black community, especially online and on the internet. Teach you some slang. Huh? Oh boy. Huh? Yeah. So And that's for a certain type of archetype. Then, of course, there's the black women that want Bartholomew III. She wants him to move like Bartholomew III, not just have the money of Bartholomew. So we're saying not Chet Hanks. There are women that their preference of a white man is Chet Hanks, fake ass Jamaican accent and all, tattooed all up and all. Then there's the ones who want Lucian Grange's son, Bartholomew III. Huh? Either way, the delusion is real, and black men, you don't have to be on the wrong side of that. Shout out to the Black Manosphere. We've been encouraging black men not to, no reach back. Shout out to Accountable Commentary. We were saying it, but he came up with the perfect term. We were talking around it. We used different terms, but that term right there was perfect, pinpoint, perfect, chef's kiss. That's the term. No reach back. Huh? Once they start, yeah, I dated around, and okay, that's a red flag already. Flag on the play. And yeah, you know, I dated the Latino guy. Oh, we're out. White guy, skirt. I didn't even hear the white guy. I was gone when you said Latino. They don't say Latino, Z. They say Spanish. You're right. Huh? They use it interchangeably, Z. They don't know what the hell they're saying. True. Huh? Oh boy. Continuing.
So this is the story about when I dated a white man, and it's very, very, very long overdue, but you guys wanted to hear it, so here it is. My dad grew up around black people, and they weren't very nice to him. And then I go, oh, that kind of sounds like me. I grew up around white people, and they weren't nice to me either. Then he goes to say, well, he doesn't like black people now because of the experiences that he had. And I'm just like, oh, I mean, okay. So I am in my late 20s, and now I am tiptoeing through this man's house because he doesn't want his parents to see a black woman in his house. I said, I love you, but this is not the life I want.
First date was fine. We met at a movie theater, saw a movie. It was cool. So that's when we started dating, and I invited him over to my house. I get into the car. Don't know why there's Confederate flags everywhere. There was Confederate flags cups. There were Confederate flag seats. There was Confederate flags, just merch everywhere. I swear I just got in the car and went back to slavery.
When we were mid-hookup, and he goes, you know what? I really like Trump. He says what he thinks.
I used to date this boy who's like in the military and like from Wisconsin. His name's Wade.
We got to pause for that one. What do you mean, young lady, hook up? Because if you mean hook up the way we mean hook up, then that mean he was mid-stroke saying, you know, I really like Trump? Wait a minute, black women, what are y'all doing? Okay, let Z get this right. You're saying dude was mid-stroke, and he said to you, you know, I really like Trump. That's not about Trump, madam. That's him establishing to you the type of whatever situation y'all got going on. That's the ground rules. He's letting you know the way he sees you and black people, and especially black women. Black people, black women, and especially you. He's establishing something here. When you say hook it up, okay, fine. Slang means different things to different people. Fine, you meant making out. You didn't mean he was mid-stroke. I think you meant he was mid-stroke, but fine, let's say you meant y'all were kissing. Okay, cool. You telling me he pulled away and said, you know, I really like Trump. It still applies. He's letting you know something, madam. He's letting you know something. Huh? You see what I'm saying? Relevant mid-stroke confessions, mid-stroke, and he says, you." Mr. Z said this before. Even Chrissy backed me up. She didn't want to back me up, but she even backed me up. Now she was saying it a different way. Black women, as y'all go, quote unquote, expand your options to non-black men, they gonna put y'all through some stuff. Oh, y'all be going through some embarrassing ass stuff. Shout out to all the black women and how y'all speak about black men. You ain't seen nothing yet. Have fun. Huh? Have fun. You gotta tiptoe through a young man's house. Not because the parents will have an issue with y'all doing what y'all doing, because that's another thing. But because you're black. Oh. The other one, the heavy said, I don't even remember what she said. And then this young lady saying either mid-kiss, Z, you being nice, you know what she really meant. Okay, fine. Mid-kiss or mid-stroke. Dude says, I really like Trump. He's telling you something. Man. Continuing. Well, y'all ladies are going through it with these white men. Non-black men, but particularly white men. Whew.
So this is the story about when I dated a white man, and it's very, very, very long overdue, but you guys wanted to hear it, so here it is. My dad grew up around black people, and they weren't very nice to him. And then I go, oh, that kind of sounds like me. I grew up around white people, and they weren't nice to me either. Then he goes to say, well, he doesn't like black people now because of the experiences that he had. And I'm just like, oh, I mean, okay. So I am in my late 20s, and now I am tiptoeing through this man's house because he doesn't want his parents to see a black woman in his house. I said, I love you, but this is not the life I want.
First date was fine. We met at a movie theater, saw a movie. It was cool. So that's when we started dating, and I invited him over to my house. I get into the car. Jump on, there's Confederate flags everywhere. There was Confederate flags cups. There were Confederate flag seats. There was.
That's what you said. Confederate flags every. Oh man, black women, black women. Maybe y'all mamas and aunties didn't tell y'all because they were trying to protect their own ego and not tell y'all that they did what y'all did 20 and 30 and 40 years ago. Your grandma and them, your aunties and them, your mamas and them. They did what you are doing 20, 30, 40, maybe more years ago. And they went through the same thing, maybe worse. But to spite black men and to protect their own egos, your mama them, auntie them, grandma them are not telling you, yeah. See, that white man as the escape hatch thing, yeah, that's not a thing. It's not real. Y'all gonna be going through it. He gonna be racist and anti-black as all get out, but still got him a black little side chick, black main chick, and he gonna be saying the N-word. He gonna be saying the N-word mid-stroke. Slave play is gonna be part of the play. Oops. Your grandma them, auntie them, older sister and them are not gonna be honest with y'all about that. And now y'all have to find out through experience. Ooh. And to be frank, even if they did tell you that, would y'all accept it? Or would no, that was back in the day. No, we done changed that. Well, that was old timer stuff. They're not racist like that anymore. No, Kyle is different. Okay. Huh? You got in the car and there was Confederate flags everywhere. Woo. You have to wonder. I know y'all don't. So you ladies don't see the horror stories? So y'all don't see them? And y'all be getting in the car with these dudes like first quarter. Y'all going into their house first quarter. Right after meeting. Exactly, Trell. Connor would never. Huh? Tyler is nothing like his father. You hear me? So y'all don't hear the stories? Ah, because he's white. Okay, yeah, that's it. Because he's white, trusting as hell of the white man. And a white man. Continuing.
So this is the story about when I dated a white man, and it's very, very, very long overdue, but you guys wanted to hear it, so here it is. My dad grew up around black people, and they weren't very nice to him. And then I go, oh, that kind of sounds like me. I grew up around white people, and they weren't nice to me either. Then he goes to say, well, he doesn't like black people now because of the experiences that he had. And I'm just like, oh, I mean, okay. So I am in my late 20s, and now I am tiptoeing through this man's house because he doesn't want his parents to see a black woman in his house. I said, I love you, but this is not the life I want.
First date was fine. We met at a movie theater, saw a movie. It was cool. So that's when we started dating, and I invited him over to my house. I get into the car. Don't know why there's Confederate flags everywhere. There was Confederate flags cups, there were Confederate flag seats, there was Confederate flags, just merch everywhere. I swear I just got in the car and went back to slavery.
When we were mid hookup, and he goes, you know what? I really like Trump. He says what he thinks.
I used to date this boy who was like in the military and like from Wisconsin. His name's Winston and very, very white. And I talked to his mom once, and then she went back to him and was like later on was like, how's your little black girlfriend? And when he told me that, I was like, that's a little, I don't like that. Can you tell her not to? And he like got on me and was like, no, like that's my mom. Like I'm just, and he just like refused. And I'm like, all right, whatever. And then he proceeded to use the N-word, and I said, can you not do that? And then had to go on a whole tangent about how like that just was awful. Ended up getting so heated and irritated with the situation that I started to cry, because I cry when I'm angry, and he laughed in my face as I was crying.
A black woman thinking black women tears mean anything to a young white man who's probably, the way you sound, madam, a edgelord. You think a young white dude give a damn about some black women tears in the era of Nick Fuentes and Andrew Tate and them? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he's saying the N-word. And his mom said, your little black girlfriend? Madam, your fake ass Valley girl said, okay, let's say it's real. Okay. Your little fake ass orgasm voice, stop it, Z. Stop. Madam, that means nothing. You ran right into the wall of what it's gonna be like for most white young men you date. Air quotes, date. Yeah. That's just a little taste, no pun. You got a little taste of it. Mom saying your little black girlfriend? Ooh. And he's saying the N-word around you? And y'all got into an argument about it? And you started to cry? And he laughed in your face? Do you not understand what the hell you're dealing with? We get it, you're young, but do you not understand what the hell you're dealing with? And Krabby says, what do they expect from these videos? Look, I've been convinced for a few years, black women put out these videos concerning white men to try to shame white men to be better partners to them. And I meant partner the way I said it. They think the white men care. They put out these videos like, Zaddy, could you not call me the N-word, Zaddy? It makes me feel a little weird. Like, some of my sisters are into slave play, but I'm not. So, like, could you not call me the N-word? Like, and could you prepare your family for me? Like, so they don't say, like, weird things around me? Like, call me your little black girlfriend, or, like, call me the N-word, or, like, make fun of my hair and my weave or my wig? Like, if they see me putting lotion on, like, could they not, like, make fun of that? And, could they, like, not, like, be playing Fox News, like, when I'm in the house? Because they, like, look at me like, you people? And it's to have some camaraderie, I would argue, with other black women who went through similar situations. Or are going through similar situations with non-black men, particularly white men. Black women be going through it with these white boys and their families and their friends. Goddamn, Z. Huh? So they put out these little disclaimers, and white boys don't care. The edgelord white dudes don't care. Did y'all forget about that Eminem diss song to his black ex? That's who y'all dealing with. Huh? Hayden McDougal. Yeah, the second time he was on Fresh and Fitted, he said the N-word, a couple of them black girls got up. But the first time he said it, it was cool. Nick Fuentes, N-word. Y'all over here taking pictures with him. Yeah? Whatever talk show podcast, it wasn't a talk show. Whatever podcast it was, where the white dude said, well, you know who I'm not attracted to? Black girls. The black girl looked so offended. For what? Huh? So yeah, Krabby. What do they expect from these videos? Sometimes to just vent. Sometimes to have other people, even white men in the comments, black women and white men in the comments, there. You know, it happens sometimes, and there's something wrong with him, but keep on trying. And to have some white dude, some white knight white man, young white man in the comments, look, if it was me, you know, my family loved him. So black, I have a bunch of black exes. Huh? Support. That's what they expect. Support, camaraderie, and to put the white dudes on notice. Look, you can't be treating us like this. It's not right. Huh? And Eric Deadman, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. He says, prepare your family for me. Yeah, but they are saying that. When they ask, when it's even a black man, when you ask, does your family know that I'm black? What are you saying? In other words, what are you saying when you say, does your family know I'm black? Said in different terms. Shout out to Dr. Tommy Curry. Said differently. What are you saying when you say, does your family know I'm black? Does your mother know I'm black? Does your dad know I'm black? You are saying, prepare your family for me. Is your family prepared for me? Is your family prepared to see me walk through that door? Huh? And Dr. Dizzle says, don't treat them like that publicly. Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. Because we know they want the slave play privately. Enough of them anyway. Low key, and they feel embarrassed when it comes out. Especially in the American context. Oh boy. Oh boy. And once again, Eric Denman, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Huh? So yeah. Y'all going through it with the white dudes. Well, damn. Huh? And which one do talking about kind of class and education? Let's let this young lady speak. Shout out to Harvard.
And ladies, even men who went to Harvard Business School are losers.
I go to Harvard Business School, and my girlfriends and I talk about this all the time. We came to Harvard Business School single, thinking that we were going to meet the man of our dreams there. And we were very, very, very disappointed. And why is that? This is my opinion, but my opinion is that in most places of higher education, the amount of beautiful women far exceed the amount of attractive men, which puts this dynamic where you have a bunch of beautiful girls who are also very smart and successful, and they are chasing after men who are 4s out of 10s on a good day. So then you have a bunch of guys who graduate from HBS who frankly were never that cute to begin with, but because now they're at HBS, they're used to being chased, so they go back into the real world and they date women like you in cities like New York, and they don't know.
Okay, first, we know that women call all women beautiful. Well, there's so many beautiful women at Harvard Business School, and did these men look like Shrek? Okay. We're going to take her at face value for the argument. We just going to leave that one on the table. We're not even going to debate that there's no way there's all of these super attractive women at Harvard Business School. That don't even coincide with the math. Okay, fine. We're going to leave that. We're not going to debate that. We're going to take you at face value, young lady. The men, the young men, don't owe you being good looking. Goddamn. Oof. They're at Harvard Business School. They're going to find a woman to get on their program, at least for a short term. Anyway, what's going to be fascinating is watching the women that went to Harvard Business School, the women that went to Harvard, period, undergrad, the women that attended Yale, Princeton, Brown, Cornell. It's going to be fascinating to watch the women that went to MIT, Stanford, find husbands. Oh, if y'all don't find them in school, it's going to be fascinating to watch y'all find husbands out of school. Now, if anybody in America is going to be the ones to couple up and be married, it's you ladies. But if we watch y'all struggle, oh, you working class women, good luck. Huh? Oh boy. If the Harvard women, Harvard Business School, we understand different schools, right? Different programs. We get it. We get it. But if we watch the women, the Harvard attendees and graduates struggle to find men that they see as viable, which is like almost no one, but okay, fine. And we watch the women that attended Ivy League schools across the board struggle, the near Ivies struggle. Oh, you state school women, goddamn. You community college women, oof. Huh? Yeah, the math ain't mathing. And women's hypergamy. Even if we grant her she's telling the truth, right? As El Active says, they're all 10s. Yeah, if we grant her, okay, all the women are 10s. The women are 10s, the men are busters. The men are Shrek. Huh? Even if we grant apologies for that, yo. We're back. We're back. But yeah, the Shrekification, the Shrekification, Z, the Shrekification of men and women's eyes. Huh? And as Elle says, they're all 10 and they're fairies. Yeah, exactly. Huh? Man. So apparently you men at Harvard Business School, you're only surviving off of your status, not your looks. Wait for it, wait for it. And the problem is, and the problem is, apparently, you Harvard Business School attendees, you men, you young men, you're not good looking enough for the Harvard Business School women. Once again, Mr. Z says, and the problem is, and she's saying y'all are getting women, more than likely, that don't attend Harvard Business School, off of the strength that you're attending Harvard Business School. And the problem is, oh, she don't want to go, air quotes, down and date one of the near Ivy guys because she might not hack it with a Yale graduate. Huh? Or Brown or Cornell. Huh? So she don't want to go down to the near Ivies, the Dartmouths and whatnot. Oh, I get it. Huh? I get it. The coulda, woulda, but shoulda been Ivies like Stanford. And she definitely ain't trying to date no state school dude. I get it. God forbid, marry one. Continuing.
And ladies, even men who went to Harvard Business School are losers.
I go to Harvard Business School, and my girlfriends and I talk about this all the time. We came to Harvard Business School single, thinking that we were going to meet the man of our dreams there, and we were very, very, very disappointed. And why is that? This is my opinion, but my opinion is that in most places of higher education, the amount of beautiful women far exceed the amount of attractive men, which puts this dynamic where you have a bunch of beautiful girls who are also very smart and successful, and they are chasing after men who are 4s out of 10s on a good day. So then you have a bunch of guys who graduate from HBS who frankly were never that cute to begin with, but because...
Wait a minute. But if you're saying the women are chasing after men that are 4 out of 10s at best, how is he losing? Why would he do whatever you think needs to be done? Go to the gym, be fit, take a shower. You're talking about white dudes. Oops. If the women are looking at the status or the potential, right? Black men, you don't get potential unless, of course, you look like you a freak of nature and you're like 6'7" or something. You don't get potential, black men. But the white dudes in business school, the women are dealing with them off of the strength, the potential. That business school degree is going to mean something, which attending Harvard is probably going to mean something. But if he's a 4 out of 10, even if we grant you your number, if the women are chasing after him because he's an attendee of Harvard Business School, the problem is... Continuing.
And ladies, even men who went to Harvard Business School are losers.
I go to Harvard Business School, and my girlfriends and I talk about this all the time. We came to Harvard Business School single, thinking that we were going to meet the man of our dreams there, and we were very, very, very disappointed. And why is that? This is my opinion, but my opinion is that in most places of higher education, the amount of beautiful women far exceed the amount of attractive men, which puts this dynamic where you have a bunch of beautiful girls who are also very smart and successful, and they are chasing after men who are 4s out of 10s on a good day. So then you have a bunch of guys who graduate from HBS who frankly were never that cute to begin with, but because now they're at HBS, they're used to being chased, so they go back into the real world and they date women like you in cities like New York, and they don't know.
That's as far as that video got, y'all. And that matters to the men at HBS, Harvard Business School, because especially if the women that these men desire are chasing after them anyway, how does he lose? Huh? How does he lose? How do those men lose? Those 4s out of 10? How do they lose? Where's the loss here? Huh? Well, damn. So we have 2 women speaking about the dating prospects for them at Harvard, particularly Harvard Business School. And those men don't owe y'all being up to par. Those young men don't owe you being up to par or what you deem as up to par. Huh? That's hysterical, Vince. Oh, that's funny. Woo! Oh, man. Whoops. Why is this on the screen? Let me take this off the screen. Why did this pop up on the screen? Let me get off my goddamn screen. Oh, man. Oh, but it doesn't end there. Continuing.
Do y'all think that women are still womening?
Nah, and that's good. It's good? It's mad good.
Tell me more.
Because we had created these social norms that made women doormats for financial reasons. Like,
True.
a man could go do this, but bring home the bacon. I don't eat pork.
Give you the beef.
That's all they got. And it's not even good.
So what is the new look for women then?
Men with a man.
And then so the men are what?
Bitch.
The fire.
Chill.
Y'all take care of everything.
Need somewhere to
All
live.
we gotta do is fuck.
Sensitive, so sensitive. You don't want to hurt their feelings. You got to give them a phone number or they kill you. We have to cradle their.
It's fascinating listening to Black women say that they need somewhere to live, but Black men still earn more than Black women. Black men have almost 3 times the wealth of Black women, but Black women, every time they open their mouth, they tell you about struggling as Black men. But Black men earn more than Black women. There are more Black men there are more Black men in every income strata, $50,000 a year and up. And yet whenever Black women talk, they tell you about struggling as Black men. When there are hundreds of thousands of Black men that earn more than Black women. So who the hell y'all dealing with? Who have you been relegated to because of your attitude, maybe, and weight, maybe, and demeanor, maybe, and view of men, maybe? Uh-oh. Have you ever considered? Huh? That the cost of your demeanor and your attitude and maybe your weight and the way you view men is that you have been relegated by the men of stability and the men of means to struggling ass dudes. Whether they're good looking or not, with good pipe or not, doesn't matter. This is your lot in life because, well, your attitude sucks. Every time these women talk, they talk about struggling ass men. Struggling ass Black men in specific. And yet Black men still earn more than Black women. Well, damn. Continuing.
Do y'all think that women are still womening?
Nah, and that's good. It's good? It's mad good.
Tell me more.
Because we had created these social norms that made women doormats for financial reasons. Like,
True.
a man could go do this, but bring home the bacon. I don't eat pork.
Give you the beef.
That's all they got. And it's not even good.
So what is the new look for women then?
Men with a man.
And then so the men are what?
Bitch.
The fire.
Chill.
Y'all take care of everything.
Need somewhere to
All
live.
we gotta do is fuck.
Sensitive, so sensitive. You don't want to hurt their feelings. You got to give them a phone number or they kill you. We have to cradle their feelings because they're so explosive. Bitch.
Men don't man anymore. 35 and less.
Not even younger, but less, because that's just who y'all are.
They're less than.
Men don't man anymore. Ladies, y'all said you wanted equality. Y'all didn't read the fine print now, did you? I know for a lot of guys, y'all hate when Mr. Z says that, like, equality didn't mean softer men, but it kind of did, though. Uh-oh. You get roguish-ass women, and you get daintier men. This is the equality your foremothers, better yet, fought for. You damn right. And the men don't owe you being tough as nails. Either end up with the men that are tough as nails, or stay your ass single, or go munch on another woman or get munched on. First, to be frank, Mr. Z doesn't believe nothing she talking about with these softer men all over the place. But if I did grant her that part of the argument, Mr. Z says what he always say: the men don't owe you not being softer men. Huh? You want the men to appreciate their place as yitches, black men, young black men. Do you accept them accepting that? Go out and pay these goddamn bills. I'll be at home. The sheets will be folded. Ooh. Huh? The sheets will be folded. The dishes will be clean. Quite frankly, the dishes were cleaned the night before. The floor would have been swept and mopped. Everything would have been dusted. Huh? Your favorite song will be played on the radio when you walk in the door. Don't worry about that. Do you accept that? Y'all don't. Men are the new yitches. Here go the new yitches. Oh, look, you're the one with the problem. Oh. Huh? Play the whole thing before you end it, Z. Okay, go ahead.
Do y'all think that women are still womening?
Nah, and that's good. It's good? It's mad good.
Tell me more.
Because we had created these social norms that made women doormats for financial reasons. Like,
True.
a man could go do this, but bring home the bacon. I don't eat pork.
Give you the beef.
That's all they got.
And it's not even good.
So what is the new look for women then?
Men with a man.
And then so the men are what?
Bitch.
The fire.
Chill.
Y'all take care of everything.
Need somewhere to
All
live.
we gotta do is fuck.
Sensitive, so sensitive. You don't want to hurt their feelings. You got to give them a phone number or they kill you. We have to cradle their feelings because they're so explosive. Bitch.
Men don't man anymore. 35 and less.
Not even younger, but less, because that's just who y'all are.
They're less than.
All right, that means y'all get to take care of us.
It's
y'all
happening.
Get to do
But the problem is that men are not realizing that y'all not the men of yesteryear. So when we start treating you like the bitch that y'all act like, you gotta own your position. Like, understand that you can't tell me kitchen. You gotta go to the kitchen because you the bitch in the house.
Actually, madam, if he's the yitch, then that means he can't make up his mind. That means he got his foot in 1 foot here and 1 foot there. How do y'all think y'all operate? He's only showing you the inconsistency of, wait for it, a yitch. What you think y'all be doing? You saying he don't want to accept his position. What you think y'all be doing? Ooh. Huh? The problem is they don't want to accept their position. Kettle? Meat pot. Do y'all hear yourselves? They don't hear themselves. They don't hear themselves, Z. There's no way. Huh? Continue and play it again, Z.
Do y'all think that women are still womening?
Nah, and that's good.
It's good?
It's mad good.
Tell me more.
Because we had created these social norms that made women doormats for financial reasons. Like,
True.
a man could go do this, but bring home the bacon. I don't eat pork.
Give you the beef.
That's all they got.
And it's not even good.
So what is the new look for women then?
Men with a man.
And then so the men are what?
Bitch.
The fire.
Chill.
Y'all take care of
Need
everything.
somewhere to
All
live.
we gotta do is fuck.
Sensitive, so sensitive. You don't want to hurt their feelings. You got to give them a phone number or they kill you. We have to cradle their feelings because they're so explosive. Bitch.
Men don't man.
You said we have to cradle their feelings. You're speaking about the men, probably primarily black men. We have to cradle their feelings because they're so explosive. And then you yell yitches. With all the animated facial gestures and cradling feelings and feelings being explosive. Kettle, meat pot. Yeah, about that. Continuing.
Do y'all think that women are still womening?
Nah, and that's good.
It's good?
It's mad good.
Tell me more.
Because we had created these social norms that made women doormats for financial reasons. Like,
True.
a man could go do this, but bring home the bacon. I don't eat pork.
Give you the beef.
That's all they got.
And it's not even good.
So what is the new look for women then?
Men with a man.
And then so the men are what?
Bitch.
The fire.
Chill.
Y'all take care of
Need
everything.
somewhere to
All
live.
we gotta do is fuck.
Sensitive, so sensitive. You don't want to hurt their feelings. You got to give them a phone number or they kill you. We have to cradle their feelings because they're so explosive. Bitch.
Men don't man anymore. 35 and less.
Not even younger, but less.
Once again, men don't man anymore. Men don't owe you being men. Goddamn. Men don't owe you. Did y'all read the fine print? Did your feminist professors explain to y'all that all that real man stuff is out the window? Maybe you're the man you're looking for, and the men you're looking for see you too much as a man. Ooh. Maybe the men you're looking for, you are that. And the literal man that you would want doesn't want you because you're too much of a man. So you are regulated and relegated to the least of us as men and to other women. Ooh. Anyway, look at that background again. Continuing.
Do y'all think that women are still womening?
Nah, and that's good.
It's good?
It's mad good.
Tell me more.
Because we had created these social norms that made women doormats for financial reasons. Like,
True.
a man could go do this, but bring home the bacon. I don't eat pork.
Give you the beef.
That's all they got.
And it's not even good.
So what is the new look for women then?
Men with a man.
And then so the men are what?
Bitch.
The fire.
Chill.
Y'all take care of
Need
everything.
somewhere to
All
live.
we gotta do is fuck.
Sensitive, so sensitive. You don't want to hurt their feelings. You got to give them a phone number or they kill you. We have to cradle their feelings because they're so explosive. Bitch.
Men don't man anymore. 35 and less.
Not even younger, but less, because that's just who y'all are.
They're less than.
All right, that means y'all get to take care of us.
It's
y'all Get to
happening.
do
But the problem is that men are not realizing that y'all not the men of yesteryear. So when we start treating you like the bitch that y'all act like, you gotta own your position. Like, understand that you can't tell me kitchen. You gotta go to the kitchen because you the bitch in the house.
Yeah, whoever said they're just doing this for clicks and views, yeah, true indeed. But that is a common sentiment amongst black women, though. We're the new men now. Now, let's actually address that. We're the new men now. No, you're not. Like Mr. Z was entertaining it earlier, but in all honesty, no, you're not. You're just petulant children throwing a temper tantrum because life ain't turning out the way you want. And your love life and your dating prospects and whatnot is not what you would like it to be. So you're throwing temper tantrums and now you're calling yourself the new men and calling men yitches. How's that working for you? Oh, wait, it's not. You're not the new men. You're petulant children throwing a temper tantrum. Huh? You're petulant children throwing a temper tantrum. Say it again, Z.
Fair. That is not fair! That is not fair!
That's what you're saying in different words, madam. Said differently, men are the new yitches. And what you're really saying...
Fair. That is not fair! That is not fair!
We know. We know. Huh? Men, probably black men she's speaking about, are the new yitches. Yawn. Huh? Petulant child throwing a temper tantrum because the type of woman she is not appealing or attractive to the type of man she wants. That doesn't mean she can't get some stiff wood. That doesn't mean she can't get pogo sticked in, but anything long term, probably not. And you gotta know, women feel that. No pun on that. Women feel that's sad. But we don't owe you not having you in this type of dynamic because we don't owe you whatever weirdo situation you try to conjure up. breaking wolves and whatnot. Huh? No, madam, you are relegated to the least of us. So yeah, he might be some chiseled chin, tattooed up, muscle bound brother, maybe a Latino. You're in New York, possibly a white man, but probably not. Latino or black man who isn't doing that well financially. Maybe that's what you're relegated to. And that's if he's fit enough. You might not even get the fit part. Maybe that's what you're relegated to because of your attitude, Mr. Z Ramen. Huh? Maybe that's what you're relegated to because of your attitude. Huh? So yeah, y'all. All right, so let's do this. Let's because Mr. Z got things to do. We definitely do have things to do. So let's what is Mr. Z doing? What am I doing? Y'all give me a second. There we go. All right, that's the link for those who want to come up. Did I cover everything? I didn't cover like 3 videos, but I'll keep that in the rotation. We'll get around to those. We'll get around to those. You know they love them an Italian men in NYC. Yeah, yep. Shout out to Saint Cyr. Yep. I got me an Italian man. Huh? Exactly. Right. Oh, that title killed me. Let me move this around. Give me a second. Give me a second. Your title name killed me, Vince. Spawn of Eartha. Hysterical.
Yeah. Man, look,
What's
I'm
going on
just
with
trying
you?
to find different. Man, I'm chilling, man. I got a lot going on, and it's good. I'm just being the captain of my ship, man.
I understand.
Yeah, but less about me, more about the talk. The lack of
Hey, you're not. Hey, Vince, you're
self-awareness
not the only
is
one going through it,
profound.
bro. You're not the only one going through it. Trust me.
If we even knew whatever they're saying, what makes what? Yeah, I can't even get it out. What do you mean? Like, we're trying to solve a rational equation, and I'm not even good at math like that. But I know I don't know what it is, but I know what it look like. It look like a whole bunch of malarkey.
It's feel good stuff. Do I think they were trolling a little bit for views, as someone said in the comments? Yeah, but like a bit of that is a true sentiment. It's a true sentiment, right? And that is something that I would argue a lot of women, really maybe 45 years old and up and down, like pretty much millennials and younger, they really truly feel that way. I would even argue younger Xers, so maybe the 50 and younger, they really feel this way. And I think that's
Pep rally
okay, but we don't
antics.
owe them. Say that again?
No, it's just pep rally antics. You're just trying to drive up the calls. Yeah, but then they get home to you like the other lady you showed in the beginning. I'm really low. Like, did you ever listen? You ever listen to the playlist I sent you?
What the Going Outside playlist?
Going Outside.
Did I? I feel like I did because you sent it to me like that was a couple years ago, Vince.
No,
I feel like I did.
That was last year, but I like.
Was it? Okay.
Because keep in mind, man, I went through my breakup, right, and then I became a connoisseur of Phyllis Hyman type music and sad music. Like, yo, like I'm like the
Vince was going through it. I hear you.
Yeah, man, because like what we're talking about here too. I appreciate this space because we don't just talk about why she won't act right. We looking at the economics of things. We're looking at world politics stuff. We're looking at causal things and stuff like that. All that to say that like a lot of this is second, third generational stuff that we're putting our finger on. human behavior
Yeah,
is
yeah.
human behavior is fairly consistent over years. So once we start seeing the dynamics of things, and we're talking about the shifts and stuff like that, where we kind of creating a collective, mile marker roadmap of things going on. Like a lot of the stuff is not new. That's why like a lot of that music on that going outside thing kind of illustrates what we're seeing, we're hearing, whereas like they're talking about they tired, they need a man, stuff like that. And it's like, I mean, we heard the songs already. All they doing is playing the interlude to a song you already heard.
Yeah.
And we know what they look like.
I just don't think we appreciate like your autonomy might cost you a man. So I keep on saying these same tropes over and over again. I think they need to be drilled home. No pun, but that we have a couple of generations of technocrats that just weren't honest with the people about what you're trading for nice stuff or for cheap Chinese goods or for your autonomy if you're a woman or like what, for your sexual liberation. Like, what are you trading for that as a group, not as an individual, but as a group, and maybe an individual? Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, good. I put some headphones on. Man, what we saw and we didn't call it out is a finesse, a grand finesse, a financial neoliberalism finesse. That one thing they I love you. I started more and more. I started like using references. You've seen the first Power Ranger movie, right?
Which one?
Just the first one. The OG one.
Yeah, but I don't remember that. But yes, I did watch it as a kid.
Listen,
yes.
Ivan Ooze finessed everybody and got people to look one way and do another thing. He came with a grand disguise, and he basically sold what's it called? I want to say horse tranquilizer, whatever it is they used to do. Oh, snake's oil. He was a snake's oil salesman.
Snake oil salesman, yeah.
That's all the technocrats did. I got this technology, I got this going on, and everything like that. The cost of your social stability, your community, your financial, blah, 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 blah. And nobody looked at the cost. Nobody read. Who really read the fine print when they read the agreements to all the things that they sign up for? So
I mean, true. Okay, yes, nobody reads, like, I get what you're saying. No one reads the cell phone contract, or the app contract that tells you they're going to, if they see something they like, they're going to take it straight off your thing, and you're going to see it in the commercial, and they ain't going to pay you nothing. Right? Or like they have the right to spy on you, whatever. You're right. Nobody's reading the fine print. True indeed. I understand that. But when you see this level of fallout from a particular ideology or worldview, and you're not really attempting, you're giving half-hearted attempts to course correct, I would argue it's not even half-hearted, but cool. Like, there's a fall. We're watching and witnessing the fallout. And so for me, there's nowhere to go from this then to see this as class warfare.
Most
because
definitely.
The outcome is so dire, to be frank.
But here, the thing is, in my opinion, right? A lot of people, they see very broad. A lot of people don't have those fine skills to look at things on a nuanced manner. That's why what we're talking about. Why it's so significant what we're talking about, because we're trying to see whether if this is turquoise, teal, green, or blue, right? And a lot of people, they're just like, why is this even important? And again, just like Green Gorilla said, APB on Green Gorilla, APP on Green Gorilla. Like the people, we live in an anti-intellectual society, and people don't even know why it's important. The people are just going by people just doing what they're told to do, and then they really not doing any critical thinking of why. They're just saying, this is what I'm supposed to do. They ask them a question. Well, I mean, my grandma told me, like the ladies, my grandma said, my mama said, Baba Boucher, my mama said.
It's a not even old school way of thinking. It's what you think is supposed to happen, or what you were told was supposed to happen. Old timey wisdom, which is understandable, right? And so this is what is air quotes supposed to work. and that's just not the environment we're in, particularly concerning young men, young black men. We don't produce wives. We don't produce girlfriends. Forget wives.
Nah,
We don't even produce girlfriends.
we produce parasites and people who resemble bill collectors.
We produce different shades of Milton Freeman and Ayn Rand.
I really, hopefully soon, because I know you backed up on your request of what to do. I want you to really talk about that a little more, because I didn't
Don't let compassionate callous hear you, because that would go into the Powell memo. Where you going with this? But go ahead, go ahead. You didn't know who was?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't know who Milton Freeman was until you talked about it a little more, and I looked it up. And I'm like, oh, dear God.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, you saw some of his interviews, right? And his yeah. So Milton Freeman helped to push neoliberal policy. So we understand that it pretty much started under Carter, because of the between the oil crisis and everything that was going on in the late 70s. It pretty much started under Carter, but then because America pretty much ran out of money, but then Reagan and his people they got off on it. This is when you get Greed is Good, Gordon Gekko, but like they were jizzing their pants. Like the elites were like, okay, now we could go back to the Gilded era type thing. And so now that we're nearly 50 years out of that, you can see what the cost of it is, right? The cost of the neoliberal policies plus feminism on top of that, especially for black men. But go ahead.
I argue this, right? On the civilian level, I think that this is my theory, right? People are so busy trying to, get their, getting while they getting what's good, that people didn't see the slow cooking being turned up. Like that, I think a lot of that stuff.
You say we were frogs in a pot?
Yep. And a whole bunch of blink if you miss it clandestine stuff, because I didn't really look and realize. I thought the bills were being paid in the 90s. I thought things, what I'm trying to say. I thought things were so. But if people, we saw Kmart and Walmarts and stuff like that being built, we didn't see all the other stuff going. We saw the prosperity, but we didn't see that you
didn't know the cost. I mean, like I was a child, right? So we didn't.
Yeah.
What did I know at 9 years old about cheap Chinese goods and your families went to crap, but like here go. Well, at least it was still big backs in the 90s. Here go up until about
the TV.
Yeah. So like here go a relatively cheap big back TV, but it's gonna cost you your wife. Oh, and here go a relatively inexpensive Dodge Dakota. I didn't say Dodge Ram. Dodge Dakota, or Ford Ranger. But it's gonna cost you being in your son's life, being in your daughter's life.
Nobody really knew what was the catalyst to latchkey kids and latchkey parents. I gotta go to work, so I can afford all this stuff. But nobody knew who designed the economic pressure to cause that to happen. I think that's a very important conversation to go into more, and also, of course, I think you gotta make it relatable, make it make sense. We gotta laugh while we're crying,
right? And I try, and I didn't realize that until you said something about that. What was it, a couple of months ago? At this point, Vince, like I'm out here giving lectures for real.
Yeah, man. Take your ass back to school, bro. So you can sign the paperwork.
I'm going half time now. Yeah. So it's man. Well, no, I'm not. Actually, my time is still gonna be limited. But you have a point. I have a lot of stuff I gotta do and work on, but yeah, man, it's craziness right now. It's pandemonium. I kind of worry about train tracks. Not even kind of. I do worry about us as millennials and definitely Gen Z in the environment that is being left for them, right?
Oh yeah,
because it's not a good look, and we don't. Not enough of us know what's coming down the pike. I think that's what makes this even worse. is that not enough of us really appreciate what's coming down the pike, so we really gonna get sideswiped.
No, I tell you what's gonna happen.
Here's the scare.
We got guns now. We're gonna tear this shit up.
Yeah,
I'm telling you that right now.
That's one outcome, because the pandemic gave a lot of people money. Like, what can I get with this?
Mm-hmm.
They head to the show and got a 14 cartridge or whatever they could get.
Mm-hmm. I got 375 rounds in the safe right now.
Hey, bro. I just say I'm just saying, Mario's brother gave some of us some bright ideas. When they say don't get no bright ideas, I'm just saying Mario's brother was like, "Hey, bro, let me tell you how to handle this."
Why not?
I'm not saying. I'm just saying. Yeah.
It was right
in the pandemonium. You can't arrest all of us.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
I'm not saying, but I'm saying, but I'm not saying.
Right. Let me tell y'all something. Right. Some
Go
people
ahead.
with some different traditions, with some people with some different decisions was right.
Mhm.
Not decisions. Some people with some different
Traditions. You said the right way the first time.
Down the
Yep.
street today, protesting, and they were where they're from. They're adults, and they was riding down the street talking about it was the East Coast. So I don't know if y'all looked at the weather, but the snow was still here, and they're talking about the weather, about how they don't like the weather. They need they saying fuck the weather. All the weather need to go. And I'm saying that it's like if you're picking up what I'm putting down. So and there was a lot of them. This was like the second school. This was the second school in the area I talked about the weather. They don't like the weather outside. Fuck the weather. They don't like being cold.
I'm just saying.
Maybe I
Yeah.
figure that shit out. But
Hey,
all
but don't the heat dissipate the cold though?
It
well,
does.
you need in the cold. You definitely need the sun. When it's cold and it's snowing. When it's
No. I said something very specific. Like, don't the heat dissipate the cold though?
Oh yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I'm just saying. I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
Hey,
You know, when certain elites get real cold, the heat will dissipate that cold real quick.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Just saying.
And the kids gonna be kids. I just gotta stand back and let the kids be the kids.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
But I came up to say thank you. I came up to say thank you, C. Thank you for reinforcing my term hypergamous failures. Because we got 3 women. We got a light-skinned chick from Harvard Business School that can't get
Harvard Business.
And then we got the lowest of the low, two Keishas that pretty much telling you the men they qualify for. And what is the thing they have in common? They're both fucking failures in hypergamy. All 3 of them failures.
At the bottom, man. Well, I'm not gonna say the 2 heavy-set chicks. They may not be the bottom of the bottom, but kind of. And then the Harvard Business School chick.
From an environmental standpoint, they are.
Yeah.
Do these chicks like they go to Harvard Business School?
Oh hell no, no.
And then you you got the light skinned chick you played before. I'm like, all of y'all failures. Y'all all failures out here in the game. Y'all ain't getting shit, and I love it.
Let me read this deadline because that goes to what KMS says here. And thank you for the super chat, KMS. Thank you for the super chat. And KMS says, I wish I could switch roles with my lady. With that, with what I make home. I'll be the baddest yitch. House spotless, food, Michelin quality, body 8-pack abs, sex game, corn level, box munch on deck. Second that.
Yeah, listen,
but here goes something. She has to be just as generous with the money and the allocation of funds as you are, Camus. That's
Give
important.
Me the credit card.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Give me the credit card.
Yeah,
exactly.
I always said if I had a daughter, she'd be lapping these hoes.
Hey, allowance and all. You got to be generous with the allowance. Go ahead. Lion said, if I had a daughter, boy, it'd be a wrap.
If I had a daughter, it'd be a wrap. Like my daughter would definitely not be a hypergamous failure. She would be self-sufficient, but she would definitely not be a hypergamous failure.
Ryan,
she gonna get a nigga out.
I was thinking that today. The lady I'm dealing with right now is going on 13 months. And again, Z, thank you, because if you and Roger give me the push to leave the last chick, I don't know where I would be. But this lady right now, she's smart, she's feminine, she listens. Her head ain't go crazy yet because of all the things I'm sharing with her and stuff yet. And I thought about, if I had a daughter, will my daughter end up like some of these people who they're like? No, did y'all see the video of the lady who her daughter couldn't read? She wrote the letter to the people and she couldn't read herself.
No,
I didn't see that.
It was bad. Z, I'm gonna send it to you. Shorty said her daughter's grades were bad because she couldn't read or write, and she wrote a letter like as if she got her daughter to read and write it for her. It was bad, punctuation, everything. So it was bad. It was bad. So
sounds about right.
Lion, I'm here with you, bro. Like, I'll be happy that if I have a child, and for better or for worse, me and my lady have a kid and it's a girl, she's not going to be out here down bad like a lot of these girls. It's
incredibly
bad.
easy for your daughter to be. It's incredibly easy for your daughter to be successful in both like job and self-sufficiency as a single lady and getting a man. It's incredibly easy. And that's why I say KMS is right when he calls these women stupid, because they are. They're stupid.
Yes, I agree.
They're stupid.
We do not admit anything that KMS is concerning that word stupid.
I'm sorry.
Fuck
KMS. I'm sorry.
KMS over there dying laughing, I bet.
My bad. Fuck you, bro.
Fuck
KMS. But for Harriet, keep proving them right. I'm just saying.
Keep proving them right, though. I mean,
and for Harriet, her peer that's her colleague. They went to the same school. Same school.
So pretty, and way prettier than you. Way prettier than Harriet.
And listen, as a mental health specialist, I have to get the book that Candace talking about, because now I have scholarly reference. Now when I write my research papers, I can refer to it, make an operative definition of what stupid is. Because when we were young, we're not told to use. We're not able to use the word stupid. We can't call nothing stupid.
No, you could call
now we could define. Now we could qualify it, quantify it, identify it, be objective. I know what it is, and I know what it looks like. So now I'm calling shit stupid.
You are
on the academic level.
We did. Honestly, it may be long-winded, but I'm gonna start saying it. It was like, no. You are objectively stupid.
You're definitively stupid.
You are definitively stupid. You
hey,
are.
Z.
What up, son?
Go ahead, turn on.
What's up, man? What's up?
Meanwhile, live in paradise.
Well, I did have when I came home today from work, she had rice and beans, some barbecued beef ribs,
turn his mic off.
Some homemade juice.
I hope the juice was flat, nigga.
Oh, it was delicious. I ate that thing in like about 5 minutes. I was disappointed with myself.
I hope the lemonade
ate it too quickly,
bitter.
but it was so good. But anyway,
I hope the lemonade is bitter.
But that girl yesterday you had, that was a demon. That was a female demon, an African girl. And so you can't.
I'll play it in a little bit.
Yeah, you can't mess with that woman. You cannot mess with that woman if you're a regular guy. You have to be a warlock.
No, man, she a failure. That's why she feels so comfortable saying that shit. Only
failure. Yeah, but she will bring. There's evil in her that will bring you down. A regular guy, a normal guy, just like the what's his name, the Carl Richard and the Christian. These women will bring you down. Will have you in jail. Will have you broke. If you have to get you're not going to be a warlock. If you're not going to be as evil as them, they are going to destroy you.
You can't be yourself.
You have to run. You have to stay away from them. No matter how good the sex is, no matter she's wild and crazy, and she's an Olympic athlete, but he has to run from her because he's already been beat up in the airport, and that he just went to jail following after her, trying to help her out from a ticket that she couldn't get out of. So it's called Christian and Richard. So what's the girl, the track star?
Oh,
yes, Sha'Carri.
Yeah. You have to. He's a guy that comes from family, a good family with two academics, and upper middle class.
He a Cosby
And
kid.
and he's messing with this girl who's a broken vessel, basically. She's gone through a lot of stuff. She's not right. And if he staying with her after we thought they broke up, but he's staying with her, she's just bringing him down. I mean, this is the first time he got into some trouble. He got away this the first time. Now he just got locked up for drug failure and resisting arrest. And there was a third girl that came, a track star, that only got a ticket because she seen both of them
got in
get locked up.
too. She got a fine, I think.
She got a ticket. She got a ticket. Yeah, but because he was getting handcuffed, she thought he locked. So he said, "Okay, let me leave." But yeah, you can't be around these people like that unless you're going to be as evil and like I said, you have to be. You're going to have to go into the dark arts to hang with these people because they're in the
Tunnel
dark
runner.
arts.
Tunnel runner. No. I agree. I'm not saying no like you're wrong. Yo, what up? But look, I think you don't have to be a warlord. You just have to be financially literate, man. We were talking about his assets and liabilities. She's a liability. And we don't realize that when we have friends, family, significant others, and reckless hoes, and whatever we have, they're a liability. But if you don't know and see what a liability is, that's what keep you from buying a lemon. Send it back to the lot.
Let me do this. Let me do this real quick, Vince. Let me play this. This is the liability that Tunnel Runner was referring to for all of you that haven't checked out the stream from, what was it, yesterday already. Here we go.
I knew that I had to leave my religion when they said that women should submit to their husbands and submit to leadership. And I realized that if my husband came to me with some leadership objectives and I disagreed with him, I would not be able to let him do the things he wanted to do. I would continuously and constantly torment him and taunt him and mock him until he does what I want because I feel like I'm better. Like, I just knew that I had to leave my religion because my pride was too much. And yes, I'm not getting rid of my pride because what they call pride is what I call autonomy. Let me tell you how that would play out. So say he wants to do X, but I think we should do Y because I feel like Y is a better option. And he decides that he wants to do X, I'm going to do Y regardless. And I'm going to mock him and I'm going to taunt him. I'm going to continuously quarrel him and make fun of him and literally just torment him until he does what I want. That's when I realized that I can't submit. I have to be submitted to. That's when I realized that there is no bone of submission in me. I want me as a woman, I like the idea of a man submitting to me and letting me do whatever the fuck I want. That's when I realized I had to leave my religion because I would never give any man peace. I would torment him and torment him and I would torment him and tear him down. By the time he's done with me, his self-esteem will be in the gutters. That's when I realized I had to leave my religion because I'm not a virtuous woman at all. I realized that I was a Jezebel, a fucking witch. When I realized that when I hear pastors talk about submission, they would say, well, your husband is in the driver's seat while you are in the passenger seat. Bitch, I'm taking that steering wheel like this. Wham! Ramming us off the road. Fuck you talking about, nigga. That's when I realized that submission, womanhood, as it relates to Christianity, will never be my fucking cup of tea. And so I abandoned my religion because I would rather shit in my hands, clap, and then eat it and smear it all over my face than to actually submit to a man. So that's when I realized that I'm not going to do that shit, and then I abandoned my religion. If you want to do X and I want to do Y, I'm doing Y, you're doing X. Which is why I love the concept of being with a man, but him being away from you. Like, I would love to date a man and he will be in his house. At first, when I heard that thing, I was like, what the fuck? But I would actually love to date a man, but not marry one. So he can have his house, he can have his... Or maybe we'll be married, but he will just live in a different place. Like, live differently from me. Like, I don't know, 20 to 30 minutes away from me. And then every weekend we can see each other. Or maybe you can come and spend a week at mine. I don't know, but I just like the idea of me being completely autonomous, and submission is going to deny me of that, unfortunately, because every time I hear the doctrine, it's like, oh, you just have to make space for the fact that God called him. I don't give a fuck. If you come and tell me that God told you to do something, we're not doing it, period. No, God said we should. I don't care. It's not getting done. It's not. No, God told you what? I don't give a fuck. We're doing what I want. How about that?
Fuck no, baby. What?
Well, let me say this real quick. She lost it. We can hear you, Arena. You're good. Let me say this real quick. She lost it when she said, excuse my language, fucking witch, when she said essentially I'm a fucking witch, when she said that was the real her. Whatever she went through with an uncle or an ex-boyfriend, the spite and anger, she lost it there. She wasn't performing. When she said fucking witch, like she's jizzing her panties at the idea of breaking a man. So whatever daddy issues she has, whatever man, air quotes, broke her heart, now she's out to get blood. Whichever want to leave her for the white men, this one y'all gotta ship the hell out. Where's that goddamn Edward Anderson clip? This is a goddamn bomb. Y'all gotta ship whatever one of you Nigerian niggas, y'all better leave her where she stand. You do not want to know it. Where you at, Ed? I'm looking for Ed right now. Where you at, Ed? Where's Ed at? Goddamn, there he go.
Mario, Jorge, Cartwright, Shane Sung. We got a thrift store of leftover bitches. They're leftover because apparently it ain't enough niggas is worth a damn. Whatever. Point is they left over. We need you to come pick them up. No instruction manual. Figure it out. Sprinkle some white ice on it. Maybe, I've heard the white ice is colder. Sprinkle some white ice on it. It goes with everything. If you come within the next 24 hours, we'll give you a complimentary book on how to date black women for white men. That's a $4 value.
Hey, send her ass to somebody not black. I don't care. No black men in the diaspora need to be dealing with homegirl. Send her ass to them Latinos or them white boys. Out of here. Get her out of here. What's going on, Jim?
Any night that you come from.
Let's do it. Wait, Jim. Wait. Real quick. Tunnel Runner asked me to play, so let me let Tunnel Runner go real quick, and then you got it. I promise. Go ahead, Tunnel Runner.
Yeah, I'm gonna say any kind of kindness, I'm trying to be gentle with this woman, will destroy you. You have to just women like that. You just have to stay away because she's looking for you to be.
She's looking to break somebody.
Yeah, she's looking to break you. She want and any kind of my sister. I want to be with. That's a disaster waiting to happen. So you
break
just have
yourself,
to
fool.
Get that girl away from you. And the financial thing, I'll drop it. Well, not drop it, but I'll let this go. And the financial thing, like you were saying, when you have people around you that trying to take your money and don't want to do anything for it, yeah, you have to let them go. Just like a gorilla sister. You got a girl talking about, I want this money and, she's supposed to give me this.
Oh, you're talking about Gorilla Sister? Yeah. I didn't follow that story tough yet. I didn't follow it yet.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I heard. Yeah,
she tripping. And you got to just, with people like that, you just have to, you got to do the same thing. You got to run away from them. You got to get away from them and stay away.
That chick
I think there's people that's not salvageable. I don't think. Go ahead, because we got to get Jay Moore after this. Go ahead.
Shit, that chick has the demeanor of a chick. She has been cheated on in every single relationship that she's been in.
Yeah. Hey, whatever square ass nigga decide, I'm gonna be the one. I'll save you from yourself. I can turn a woman. I can turn you into a woman. Nigga, she's going to break. You gonna be on self-delete watch when she done with your ass. You better leave her for the white boys.
This is Z. No, you're wrong. You're totally wrong. That the only person she's really talking to Black Americans because she knows damn well she wouldn't pull that shit with no African, especially no Caribbean dude. Because after a while, she's gonna be going back to Mother Nature. Because that's the type of chick she is. Like let's keep it $100. Let's keep it $100. She's only talking to Black American people or some soon-to-be white person because she doesn't have the balls to say that to no African dude, especially no full-blooded black dude, because they would beat her ass.
I don't know, Jay Moore. I think this one right here, I think she's talking to any black man. The way she was speaking with the accent, I don't think this is directed specifically. Yeah, that's not directed specifically to ADOS FBA men. I think she's talking to men, to be fair with you, but especially black men. Look, send her ass to the white boys.
She's really trying to like the more she talked, the more I'm like, oh, she is the type. Yeah, you gotta stay away from me because I'm a body slammer. I'm a suplexer. Like if I have to be
don't be incriminating shit. Don't be on the channel. Look, Jay Moore, you go a little too far with it.
Hey, it'll be WWE.
In theory,
it's fake. It's fake. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's fake.
Verbally, right? Verbally, it would be WWE.
In the West, you can do that. You can, if you're
Yeah,
not
right.
in the West. But if you're in the West, because a lot of Nigerian brothers are finding out in London that all
Yeah,
that stuff
yep.
is not working because these women are 911. Well, they're not, I think it's 901, something like that. But anyway, they're calling up the cops, and
Somebody
the cops
call
are telling them, stop
911.
calling
Yes.
us for these
Everybody.
disputes. Stop
If
calling. They're telling
anything
the girls, stop
happen,
calling them.
Yeah.
call
BGS
the
covered it
police.
exactly. Because think about this. You have this. Think about if you had this worldview concerning men, but you were in the middle of Nigeria and you can't really play this out with your husband because even your own family gonna be like, nah, bro, you're taking this way too far. But then you take your ass to America or to the UK or to Canada and you think like this as a Nigerian young woman. Oh, you're gonna
With those
destroy your
lips, too?
husband.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you're gonna destroy your husband.
Nah, Mrs. Z, don't forget.
And they're
it
gonna
was
let
like
you.
Nah, don't forget.
Go.
It was like a while back. I think you played a video. Even what was it called? BGS played a video. The lady tried to pull an African woman pulled that stuff here. You know what the African dude did? Packed up his stuff and went back to Africa. And now she's begging. Like went back to Africa.
Yeah.
I
I did see
I'll
that.
be the side chick. I'll be the side chick, basically. Like,
But don't forget the African brother that somebody covered it and then BGS covered it too, where he was like, and the brother was like, African.
Wait, is that me or is he breaking up?
Nah, he
That's
Borgin.
Z.
He Borgin. Like
Okay, yeah, it's you Borgin, Mrs. Z. I couldn't hear one word you just said at all.
Nope.
Nah, you sound possessed right now, man.
That last
That
chick
girl
with
got
that
a hold
voodoo
of
on you. That video you played
Goddamn.
with that voodoo
She
on
heard us talk about it.
Yeah, she done put a little spell on it.
So what about
Wait, I
now?
think you're-
What about now?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, you good. You
What
good.
about now? She might. Okay. I'm about to say she got me. The African voodoo trumped the Haitian voodoo. Goddamn, she got my ass. I was about to say, goddamn. But so there was a brother. I want to say BGS covered him, and I want to say Dr. Thunder might have covered him too. African cat, and he was saying like these African women come to America, they start making their little $70,000 in the tech field. He said all it takes is, I want to say he said 70. Somebody sent me that, by the way. I want to say he said 70. Once they hit 70 grand, you can't tell them nothing. That's what the brother was saying. And BGS covered that sometime early last year, I want to say, where they just get into their attitude and they bag and you can't tell them nothing at 70 grand. And he says the Indian cats, they make 70 and they girlfriend or they wife is perfectly okay driving whatever beat up car and they still living, still living in whatever apartment or whatever. I want to say that's where he was going with it. And yeah, a lot of the African sisters, they only live in the way they live in because they don't have the finances or because of tradition. But they get a smidge westernized, it's over with.
And
Even look at the Asian chick. Coach Greg Adams covered an Asian chick on one of his kind of throwaway clips. He covered an Asian chick, I want to say earlier today or maybe yesterday. And he was showing like her condescending tone and her attitude. And I'm like, bruh, Western culture, especially for these women of color who mad at the world they not white, they even more attitudinal than the smug white women are a problem. The smug asshole white women, yes. But these women of color, when they're smug in the asshole attitude, they're even angrier that they're not white women. So they're smug and their sass is so much more because they're angry they're not white women.
So you
And
saying
she's
the
crazy.
person get
The
the part?
girl was wearing blonde hair too, like with this attitude. That's another part that was kind of sickening
Yeah.
me. It's like, lady, you
Yeah,
are talking this stuff with all this makeup and blonde hair. If I pour water on you right now, I guarantee you all that attitude will disappear real quick.
Those
Well,
lips
Hey,
will
good
say,
point.
though.
Because
Oh my God.
hey, that's real quick. That's what Black Gurus say all the time. A lot of this attitude is, hey, if you were to pour the wig, the makeup, the all of that, the eyeliner, all of that off, yeah, then you get to see the real her. And would she still be attitudinal? Possibly, but I mean, that fake ass white girl thing that she trying to do, yeah. Nope.
No, if you ever seen this before, it's like when a girl be having an attitude and you snatch her wig and you start throwing it around, it'd be the funniest thing ever. All that attitude disappears so quick because I did it a couple times even with my family members and stuff.
You try to get stabbed, bro.
No, I'm too tall. Hey. No, and if they do it, I'm the family member they don't ever want to put their hands on because they know I'm the last person they want to touch.
There's a whole. I want to say I saw a think piece about that, and I can't remember from who, but I saw a think piece about. No, black women really get in like that's really super dumb offensive to them. It's like, you know, I wouldn't do it, but there's a whole thing about that. But go ahead.
Nah, the chemicals get into their head too much, so I have to pull it off, man. I gotta unplug it.
Hysterical.
Bro,
go ahead, Vince. Go ahead.
Once. I was in middle school once. I did that, bro. It was a whole thing. Don't do it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like it's a
you're doing more than their personal space.
Yeah,
that's like you.
It's a complete violation.
It's a complete violation. Now that right there, I get. I learned. I didn't know. I was being a dick, a big one.
He said, "I didn't know."
Yeah, I call that all this makeup and hair witchcraft. It is witchcraft.
Wait, real quick, Vince. Say that again, turn around. You call it what?
Witchcraft.
Yeah,
all that makeup,
well, with the makeup,
all that stuff. You got a totally different woman underneath there.
True.
So that's what witches do.
No,
they a formula and they change themselves up. Like you said, when you take them women, like Kaya said, take her to the shower. Take her to and give her a shower. See what you really got. That's when you know you got the 10 or 9 or 8.
Let me read this real quick, y'all. Let me read this. And Inspired Truth says, hopping on in 20 minutes, Z, if you're still on. No, I should be still on. We still be rolling in the next 20. Go ahead.
I will argue that I don't think you're wrong, but I would say there's a level between grooming and care and witchcraft. Like what they learn from the I don't know what to call those tricksters. I'll call them tricksters. What they learn from those tricksters who try to hide their dicksters, So what they learn from them, that's witchcraft. That the whole glamour with putting a whole 3 layers of makeup, but I would say there's a little bit of grooming because we don't want women to walk around with mustache and chin hair and shit. But
like you said, there's grooming and there's witchcraft when you have a woman who you take a woman who is a 4 and she looks like an 8. What the hell happened?
No, like a 10.
You know, I just started calling him RuPaul, man. Once you when BGS and them pointed that out about RuPaul, I'm like, oh, you look like RuPaul, man. You just look like.
But it's mad. True. No, but you're not okay. This is the thing. The women are just going whatever's cool, whatever cool, and the celebrity women are doing it, and the cool chicks and the I want to be like her women are doing it. They're gonna go. They're gonna go. Very few women are gonna second guess it, especially if you talk about of a certain age, right? If you're old enough, you may not go, but if it's trending, they're going. So
like the
of course, women don't want to be reminded, and quite frankly, I don't know how many women really appreciate because they don't. A lot of things happen throughout our life where we follow a trend, and we don't really appreciate the origin of it. So, as you were saying, Jay Moore, like, and as you were saying, Vince, how many women really appreciate that you're imitating heavy makeup because this is what them folks had to do because they grow in a 5 o'clock shadow under there. And so, like, there was a reason why they used to wear heavy makeup. Now you're wearing heavy makeup because them folks started doing makeup, and because they put heavy makeup on themselves, they started putting heavy makeup on y'all. It became a trend, and so now y'all wearing heavy makeup, like y'all trying to hide something, and y'all maybe trying to hide something, but you know, say it again.
Concealer is concealer for a reason.
Concealer is called concealer for a reason, exactly.
And I mean, like, to the point, like, they wear this stuff to the point that nowadays, I had even talked to my cousin because he does modeling and stuff. And I was like, yo, man, these chicks look like drag queens, man. I can't tell the difference nowadays. And he's like, no, they don't. I'm like, dude, you work in a model agency. Who's the one doing your makeup all the time? Isn't one of those? He's like, yeah. And now look at them and look at these chicks now. He's like, he just muted himself. It was like, yo, come on, man. Let's keep it a buck hunt, man. Like, nowadays, you got me questioning, like, am I gay or not? Like, because I'm looking at you.
It's the trend. The ladies are gonna do what they want. We fully live in era where I'm just gonna do what I want to do, and I don't
Yeah.
think there's anything wrong with that. There are consequences, though. There's nothing wrong with it. You could do whatever you want to do, but the consequences are going to be the consequences.
So-
and if the consequences are that upwardly mobile, stable men ain't messing with you, then you might have to pay for peen or subsidize peen, and so be it.
I'll say this real quick, and I'll yield. Right, that we have to be somewhat fair, right? Because dudes do some wild things too. Did y'all see an old buddy who got hit in the head and his top flew back? His muffle top got blew
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The toupee flew off. Yeah, I saw the toupee. Yeah, I saw it.
So
I saw it in that boxing match. I saw it.
Yeah. So
yeah.
It's
He
all
won
crazy.
though. He won apparently. But yeah.
It's all crazy. That's
Yeah, I know he
too.
won, but there was some extra anger and resentment at
Yes.
that. Boy, you done knocked them.
Exactly.
It's called a surprise attack, man. That's what it was called.
But
Hey, bro, I was out here looking fuego. You done hit me so hard the damn hairpiece flew off, bro.
Peel my mother cap back blue. So
literally peel my cap back. You literally peeled my cap back, literally.
So
we joke about it, but you did it literally.
Yeah. So what I'm saying, what I'm proposing, I'm arguing is if quote unquote if they're gonna be quote unquote equal and go across the board, hey, witchcraft is witchcraft. Wilding is wilding. That's it.
No, true indeed. True indeed. No, but yeah, bro, it's look, the lady. I keep on going back to this because I mean, like, it's accurate. They have their autonomy. They can dress themselves however. They don't have to care about the male gaze. There's nothing wrong with that. They don't have to consider what men like and think. And hey, just playing the numbers, it's gonna be one or two men that go, right? It's gonna be one or two, and if she lucky, it might be a man of means that got the look that she like too. The likeliness is the likeliness is like practically zilch. But look, the women don't owe us being what we want them to be. But on the other side, this is where they struggle. Not so much we struggle as much. Where they struggling is that we don't owe them being what they want us to be, especially if it's dehumanizing or whatever.
But I'm trying to tell you, Z, these videos, honestly, these videos you're playing is reinforcing another point, another theory. These bitches are actually mad about their independence. They're just coping. They're actually mad because they thought this independence was supposed to get them self-sufficient to lock down these so-called top-of-the-line men, and now they're realizing they can't. So it's easier to call a man ugly than to call yourself a failure. Hence that light-skinned broad in that video. These bitches are actually mad. That's exactly what it is. They are mad because the sexual strategy ain't working. They still they're that independent shit, all that shit they talking, they're actually really not happy about it. They're mad. The independence was only supposed to be a fucking elevator to drop them off, and the elevator won't let them off.
Thus going outside. Actively going outside.
And one of the biggest lies is that they are independent or they are autonomous. Everybody has rules and regulations. That is their biggest lie, and they do it to the extreme to where they hurt themselves, and then they don't want to take the responsibility of correcting themselves. Yeah, you cannot do
Tunnel Runner. Me and Compassionate mentioned that real quick. Me and Compassionate mentioned that the other day. Like, oh, y'all really think autonomy is a thing? You think men have autonomy? No, we gonna work for this system, or we gonna be in prison, and then we still gonna be working for the system. You actually think autonomy is a real thing? Oh boy, who gonna tell them? Hey, and to all the men in the Black Ministry, who gonna tell them?
I'll tell them, but they gotta pay me by the hour.
Shout out to women, shout out to Black women. Y'all think autonomy is a real thing? Okay, yeah, that's it.
No, I mean, no. Here's the thing: they're already being told, and it's not even the manosphere. Trump is telling them. The economy is telling them. The politics is telling them. They're telling them every single day. They are getting told. They already are. If you pay attention, they already are getting told. And the beauty thing about it, it ain't even the manosphere that's doing it. It ain't even us. It's the regular other women are telling them. You know, the same women that also voted for Trump. Other women are telling them. Other women are telling them. The other women told them this ain't no sisterhood.
That voted
about.
Lion. The women that voted to end baby deletion are telling them.
Yes.
I I will argue this.
Chicks told them this ain't no sisterhood, bitch. You crazy? That's what they told them.
Get how you live.
Here's something to think of. Wait, real quick. No, the ladies are telling them, no, it is a sisterhood, and you gonna do your part. You only want sisterhood when in case of emergency break glass. No, if you claim community, if you claim you a participant of this society, we gonna make you mean that. No, they are telling them, no, it is a sisterhood, and you don't get to just call on us. Do you have any kids? So how you gonna show up to the PTA meeting? You don't got no kids. How you gonna show up to the soccer meeting? You don't have no kids. No, you gonna have these kids.
Where's your card at? In other words, bitch, where's your card at?
Do you know?
Hey,
two things.
They checking cards.
They checking the cards.
Because let me say this. I know a lot. I'm gonna say this. We used to say the card. There's dues and there's obligations to a card. So it ain't just like a free trial. You talking about a car? You talking about you gotta do your part. And man,
not a car, not a vehicle, a car.
No,
like
I know that's what I meant to say. That's part of my accent. My bad.
No, you good.
I'm on the same board as you are. When you said, I just got triggered when you said that because the other day, I had to call a very good friend, and I know I have to return a favor, and there's ties, obligations to that. My point being that I'm gonna go from one place to another and be brief, right? That we need new adults because we don't understand that freedom. You have to work for freedom. That's something that you put in for that. When you go into a community or neighborhood, it's like in the game. What work you put in? Who are you? Where you from? What work you put in? Emphasize what work you put in. Being in the community or being covered by someone isn't free. You need your back scratched. Of course, eventually, I'm gonna need my back scratched. Just not know, hey, okay, thank you, bye. That's why men are evacuating the friend zone because a lot of dudes realizing I don't get no equity for the things I'm doing. I get, oh, he's a good man, and that's it.
Yeah.
But when it comes to these other things, it's like,
let me read this. I'll go and finish over there. I'm sorry, I cut you off. Sorry. But I'm trying to read y'all super chats within 15 minutes, and I let 16 minutes hit. I'm 17 now. Goddamn, KMS probably counting.
Yeah. Oh, I see it. Hey, yo, KMS. I got it in my my save later. I'm getting the book.
As a matter of fact, seeing that you are a therapist, you might as well go ahead and read this for me, please, and thank you.
Thank you, KMS, for the $10 super chat. And KMS said. To the psych major, the basic laws of human stupidity about Carlo Scipiola. Law 3 is the golden law. A stupid person causes harm to themselves and others with no benefit to either. Stupid. Thank you.
And here go the other one. We're talking about fourth wave feminism.
And KMS, thank you for the $5 super chat, KMS. And KMS said, fourth wave feminism plus third world infrastructure equals U-Haul box time. They getting packed the fuck up. No government subsidies to balance out that mouth.
That's what
It's the pack the fuck up that made me laugh. They get packed the. You know what? It's like you watching somebody get their ass whooped, but they getting their ass whooped by life. Yeah. Like it's not a person tagging you. It's life just tagging you, and then we watching you on the floor. You know, when somebody get knocked out, you kind of feel bad for them. It's like, damn, like anybody watched that little clip of the MMA fighter, like the Latino dude was selling out and like he quick fast hit the dude and he kept on hitting the dude even after the dude was knocked out and the referee had to damn near pull him off. And then the black dude did the same thing to the Latino dude and he sit and said like, the referee didn't stop me, so I kept on going. Right? So it's like that. It's like life doing that to certain people. And and shout out to KMS with the conversation of stupidity. I will never let KMS have it. I'll never let it happen. I'm playing. But
you know what, Mrs. Z? You know what, Mrs. Z? What this kind of looks like too is like when you have that younger sibling that finally get that ass whooping from the parents, and you just sit in the background, just have a piece of popcorn, eating that stuff, and just watching like with a little bit of joy. Like, you deserve that now. Yeah, man, I told you. And now look at you. Finally, you getting a little bit of what I got. Ah, great.
I tried to told you like Vince did. I tried to told you.
You went outside, started playing. Like, let me mind my business, go outside.
And now you just hand the belt to the parent too, just a little bit. You just hand all the same things that they used to beat you with. Like, here you go. Don't forget this. Also, you remember when you used to pour water on me before you did that? Yeah, here you go. Here's a little extension cord.
Let me pause right here. The torturous shit parents be doing as discipline. This nigga said pour water. Fucking Jamaicans. Don't worry, Haitians is right there with y'all. No, but we got a thing called matinette, which is like leather strips on a staple to a piece of wood that our parents would whoop us with. Whoop us with. And that bitch used to leave marks. Maybe my mom had one bought to her from fucking Haiti. That's how serious the shit was. Anyway,
Those who don't
yeah,
hear,
the torturous shit. Yeah, literally for real. Torturous. What the fuck?
No,
Type of
but
torture?
see, you ever think like you was like, oh, I finally got away with something a little bit, like, oh, they kind of calm down. They just wait till you get into the shower so they could kick open the door and whoop your ass while you're in the shower before. It ever happened to you before?
My mom only did that to me once. My dad never did that to me, so thank God for that. Thank God for that. I only had that happen once by my mom and none by my dad. Because my mom she know I just would have been a stink ass. I ain't taking a shower for the week. I'm just be a stink ass. You ain't gonna catch me slipping like that. Cause I'm gonna be going to school stinky. I'm gonna be going to school smell. They're gonna be looking at you like you a neglectful parent. I'm gonna go to school stink. You only gonna get me like that one time, right?
Well, Z, you heard about that South Korean politician? That the Western
what I miss?
feminists, he said, we're going to start bringing in some virgins from overseas because these women will not act right. Birth rate is a 0.5 something. They saying, look, and the Western women went crazy. He said, we are going to start to import some virgin girls from other, Asian places to get this thing turned around. Oh, you can't do that. You can't do that. This is against them. Whatever. They will, but he's like, look, we got to get the numbers. The numbers got to change.
Power does not concede. And when power is being threatened and power realizes that it's been undermined, it's going to have a violent reaction to overcompensate for the fact that the power is being diminished. Nobody wants their privileges being voided or outsourced. So
yeah, but nobody wants to pay for their privileges either, and that's the problem.
Yeah, what money?
What money?
Well, they're living in apartments, 9 women and stuff like that, trying to, with their little bit of money, and they can't really make it. They are pull on the government.
All I know is that I'm trying to, what money? Employment surges went up 118% in January. That is a record high.
I'm gonna argue this. We need to go back and look back at what was going on before MTV and what made adults, because my second argument is we need no adults. We think that, and I'm happy that I've listened to you, Z, because you have me understand what negative liberty is. Freedom from things, and us thinking that freedom from things make us adults, that freedom from responsibility makes us free, and it's not. What makes you an adult is you being responsible for things and you being able to even have the capacity to be responsible for things. And we don't got the capacity. We don't got the capacity for the bullshit. To me. So,
good. Now go ahead and pull the motherfucking plug, because I want to see how tough these bitches are. Get it over. Pull the fucking plug.
Lion.
So we don't have the capacity.
Look, for a lot of people, ain't no more struggle love. It's just struggle. Unfortunately, that's all I got. I ain't got nothing for you.
Good.
I ain't got nothing. Look, I ain't got nothing but praise because it's looking bad. Unfortunately. And,
let me ask y'all something. Did y'all see that video right now? Because I'm borging a little bit, so I didn't know if y'all saw that video, but I played it.
Nah, we saw it.
We saw the video.
Okay. But I'm borging a little, so I don't. Yeah. Okay, perfect.
Nah,
okay.
All
right.
But I mean, that last.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely in a dead zone right now.
Got you. Like that last video you played with those two chicks. I'm like, y'all are the least married and the most divorced. Like, you know what? I'm trying to bring logic to losers, but I'm like, this is how losers talk. This is how losers talk. Losers have no choice but to cope, especially female losers. Female losers dig deeper. That's what they do.
I don't wait a minute, Lion. I don't know what you're talking about. I ain't never heard what's a female loser. I know I'm joking right now. What's a female loser? Only men can be losers. There's no such thing as a female loser, especially a black one.
Yeah,
and let me play this real quick, and then we gonna have Leon after this. Let me play this real quick and to read. And Joe says USA just produced Wicked Witches of the West, and I'm gonna get up to the witch part for you, Joe. And once again, Joe says USA just produced just produce Wicked Witches of the West. And here you go.
I knew that I had to leave my religion when they said that women should submit to their husbands and submit to leadership. And I realized that if my husband came to me with some leadership objectives and I disagreed with him, I would not be able to let him do the things he wanted to do. I would continuously and constantly torment him and taunt him and mock him until he does what I want, because I feel like I'm better. Like, I just knew that I had to leave my religion because my pride was too much. And yes, I'm not getting rid of my pride, because what they call pride is what I call autonomy. Let me tell you how that would play out. So say he wants to do X, but I think we should do Y, because I feel like Y is a better option. And he decides that he wants to do X, I'm going to do Y regardless, and I'm going to mock him, and I'm going to taunt him, I'm going to continuously quarrel him and make fun of him and literally just torment him until he does what I want. That's when I realized that I can't submit. I have to be submitted to. That's when I realized that there is no bone of submission in me. I want me as a woman, I like the idea of a man submitting to me and letting me do whatever the fuck I want. That's when I realized I had to leave my religion, because I would never give any man peace. I would torment him and torment him and I would torment him and tear him down. By the time he's done with me, his self-esteem will be in the gutters. That's when I realized I had to leave my religion, because I'm not a virtuous woman at all. I realized that I was a Jezebel, a fucking witch. When I realized.
Okay. So,
yeah, bro. Whatever men deal with her, you get what you get, player.
That particular
let me let Leon go. Go ahead, Leon. Go ahead.
That particular video brings back a video that we watched plenty of times in the 60s, where the lady said, our man let us do whatever we want. You have to take it from us.
Yeah.
It's literally the same video. You have to come and take this from us. When it comes to ladies like that, like she said at the start, her pastor, which was a male, told her, I keep on trying to relate this issue where if it's not the communal side telling her, there's no one to hold her to any type of standard. The female matrilineal side, if they're not telling her and training her to do that, you lose that standard. You get renegade Jezebels that I will argue with and tell her to lay on her back just so she hop on my dick and ride and shit. But anyway. Those ladies speaking about, dating and y'all never read the Lilith story, but yeah, basically Adam told her to lay on her back.
No, Lilith, Adam's first wife.
Yes, he told her to lay on her back.
First wife. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
So the ladies I'm getting to the point where these ladies don't even know how to be girlfriends, because they're constant about talking about seriously dating. That's been the framing of a lot of women lately on every single video. Dating, seriously dating. And my thing is, that's not even being a girlfriend. And my thing is, okay, we're all in our 30s, mid-30s or higher 30s. I never took a girl out on a date, really, until like I was like 27. Everything else was I hit first, and like then the girl sitting in my bed, basically with a pussy on the table, asking for a relationship, and then dinner. It's like, are y'all trying to like reverse what y'all were doing? Because I can't imagine flipping and doing the serious dating on the front end, because that creates a standard now that I would have to maintain. And that's not their standard. Like you're producing a standard that you will have to maintain throughout a relationship. Fuck that.
Yeah.
And like I said, I probably took 3 girls out on dates before I ever hit 3 in my whole life. The rest of them was like they had it in my bed asking for a relationship, and I would have probably said yes if I got it first. And then you asked me for a relationship, but you put it on the table, and I'm like, I don't need a girlfriend.
Let me read this from Edward Shivers real quick. He says, KMS tricking on Z-Tax. Hysterical. Would you say I'm shaking the thought for KMS? I don't know. That's kind of rainbow, sir. Kind of rainbow. Sister Z would say that's Sister Z's quote right there, shake a thought, which I think is hysterical. Shaking a thought for but super chats come in and yeah, that's great. And shout out to KMS for being a contributor to Mr. Z's channel. Edward Shivers, it sounds like you're hating a little bit, although you paid for the super chat, which is hysterical too. But what's wrong with Z getting paid for good ideas and good talking points and rhetoric? I'm just saying, and occasional not so humor, right? Not so funny.
I got a question for you guys, though. I got a question for you guys, though.
Right.
There was an era that you could get a girlfriend over watching True Blood, Dexter, Walking Dead, Game of Thrones, all in one night. And you only have to DVR 2 shows that came on at the same time. And you probably have like 6 friends over the house with their 2 girlfriends or whatever. And you would get a girlfriend out of that shit. Because everybody wanted to watch season 2, 3 of Walking Dead. And you watch Dexter, you watch True Blood, you watch Ray Donovan, like everybody. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, all they talk about is like going out, eat places and shit. It's just, I'm out of touch. That's what it is. I'm an old ass nigga out of touch.
You talking about Netflix and chilling?
Let me read this one, dude.
No, this
Let me read this in there.
before it was before Netflix and chilling was defined, but like we used to have nights where like we would be at our cousin's house and you just well, I'm going over to my cousin's house, we're watching Walking Dead. And she's like, well, I'm coming through to watch it too, blah, blah, blah. And it can be college days, it can be after college days, but that whole period of time, like this is like
it's like a hangout session, but then you always get to cuddle.
Yeah, then it's like later you go on dates and engage and stuff, but I just don't think it's in guys' benefit to front load entertaining chicks in that fashion because it becomes a standard.
I mean,
that was never my standard.
Where people will appreciate you from the get-go. You have to get. That's why you have to go where you're being appreciated. Whether you have to go with women who like you, who want to be with you, who want to do things for you, and then you can start doing things for them. You have to go where you are appreciated, and if you can't, if it's not here, you have to go wherever you have to go, because you are the man, and you got to be the man. And there are a lot of places. Most black guys, there's a lot of places for them to go where they will be highly appreciated, especially if you got a little bit of money.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like I spoke about women that wrote my papers, edited my shit. They did free shit for me. Then it's like, are these ladies basically saying they're doing the free labor on the total back end? Like how does this shit work? So I got to entertain you like I just find it. Oh, the other part. Oh, they are losers. They're themselves. They look like 89s that are working. Probably got an okay job, and they're looking at the type of niggas they grew up with, and they engage with the middle class guys that ain't paying them no mind, are just extremely above them. And,
I don't even think middle class. I think you know what? Yeah, no, you're right. You're right about that. Because I was thinking the working class guys that's not even paying them no mind, but no, they deal with working class guys.
Yeah, the working class guys are paying mind.
Middle class guys that are not. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I agree. I was going to try to correct, but then I thought about it for like 5 seconds. I was like, no, Leo's right. Yeah, Leo's right. Yeah,
and I think the new question that people, I think the new question that people need to engage with women with, because it's seeming like they never have boyfriends. And my thing is, who's the last guy that you dated in your neighborhood you grew up in? I think that question really points out an issue within what they're doing. It's like did you date any guys in your neighborhood? And if the answer is no, so you don't even have the ability to go back to the neighborhood you grew up in and I dated multiple
Find
girls in my
somebody.
neighborhood. I dated girls I went to school with. I dated girls that I went to
I get where
church
you're coming
with,
from.
and it's like
If people don't know
y'all are-
who I am, they
yeah. I just
get
think
it.
this shit's crazy.
If I could become
Let me
someone else
read this
outside
then,
of what
y'all.
I am, my bad.
No, go ahead, Vince. Line with that. Line with that. I'll read this.
If I could become someone else somewhere else, I could be whatever I want. So
Yeah.
if I'm not dating in my neighborhood or my community, if I could go somewhere else. That is almost just dating outside of the community is what they're trying to say what being a passport bro is. And that's something I could argue that could be expounded upon.
Let me read this. And Edward Silver says import virgin tax. And yeah, I mean, like if you're in the Koreas and the women in your society are determined to not have children, either they feel like they got priced out, okay, cool, or they on the 4B movement, cool, then yeah, I mean it's different, right? And I gotta read this one. And From Africa I Came says rail cell, and he explains it more. He says trademark relationship celibate, and that's a word. Put it in the book. Rail cell, relationship celibate.
No
Look,
shit.
hey, that's a thing. Hey, no, it really is. No, and that's how. Hey, quite frankly, that is what's happening across the board, especially for Gen Z, but millennials too. These rail cell women, relationship celibate means you out here giving up the box, quick, fast, hurry. But we can't get a plate. We can't get no relationship. You're not relationship worthy, but we definitely like how you look, and the bubble is bubbling.
They are
Yeah, I just think it's crazy.
They are more
Wait, everyone, wait. It's wait. Inspired Truth, and then we get then we'll get you, Vince, because Inspired Truth was trying to say something, and then we'll just work around. But go ahead, Inspired Truth.
All right, yeah. Shout out to you, to you, Z. Like, man, doing a 9 hours stream, that ain't easy. Like, going and trying to do that, even if you're doing like 4 hours over on YouTube, 5 hours on TikTok, wake up and do it again, 9 hours. Nah, I ain't. Flowers to you, Z.
I'll be trying, bro. Look. I'm trying to see what day I'm gonna have. Some things in life are changing right now, so we'll see. And then I might be able to pull, because I want to beat Roger's record before he even said it. If you listen to Raj, so I'm gonna try to set that 12 eventually, right? We gonna set that 12 eventually. Hopefully, we working with some. We gonna have to have some snacks and some whatever around Z. But yeah, we gonna try to hit that record. We gonna try to We're gonna
Hey, can I fit one thing in before I roll? Can I fit something in before I roll? There's something that I took notice of. If the ladies are under the age of 35, they've never been engaged. They're not talking about that like previous ladies, like the doctor or any 40-year-old, 30-year-old, 50-year-old lady. They're not saying I've been engaged once or twice. I'm taking notice, bro. It's not even on the table. Of even talking about it.
It's the same question that Kendra G be asking you chicks whenever they call in. When's the last relationship you've been in? When's the last? They'll be like 2 years ago. When's the last time you had sex? Last month.
Yeah, there's a big difference between attraction.
Answer.
A big difference between attraction and actual rank and established, the type of dudes you actually really want to do something with. Tom was on to something earlier. He was talking about basically like, hey, go over there where you actually like appreciate it and whatnot, or try to get like a certain type of person that kind of fits within a certain type of time window or whatnot. Because the deal is that, like, forget that whole love thing. That whole love thing is kind of like a distraction. Like, they'll say that, throw it out there as a word, which is like, how do I feel right now, whatever. But like, the real thing is about like allegiance. Like, who is her allegiance really to? Like, allegiance actually matters. You cannot measure like, oh, how much love does this person have, and blah, blah. No, you can measure allegiance though. That's something you can actually look at and have something grounded and established on. For the most part, only like most women, I think, probably only have like one or two of those really in them, where they could really do some serious type of allegiance to a person that's actually their leader, and then everybody else just becomes like not everybody, but like other people will become like this projection of that person that they've considered their leader, but with some certain specifications. Like, oh, you have some little attributes over here, some little attributes over there. So I'm going to project in my mind this onto this screen. And if I see some little wrinkles on this screen, oh, then that wasn't really that leader then. And how the whole illusion falls away. And the other stuff is just like kind of like collecting resources for that leader or whatever. And it's really that you're either a resource collection tool, or you're that projection, or you're that actual leader, and it's hard to actually be that.
But they're not looking for. But the thing is, we have to understand is these chicks are not looking for leaders. They're looking for sponsors. They're looking for rescuers.
If you fall into that third category, if you fall into that
silent
resource
investors.
category,
They do not. Yeah, silent investors. They are not looking for leaders. Silent investors, exactly, Vince. They're not looking for leaders. These women have no fucking concept of leadership.
Give me money. Shut the fuck up.
They do not. Yes, that is their That is their motive. They do not understand leadership, not to a bit. That's why I'm done. I don't even know why we even talk about leadership amongst women. These women do not understand leadership.
Well, there's a reason for that.
No, they know leadership. They just know, they already know that they can't handle a person that actually could be a leader. That's why they talk all this stuff in the first place. They already, it's like a girl that, if they met like a really cool dude and stuff, a lot of them will have like, they were like, you know what, I know I'm an asshole and I know I'm ain't shit, and let me just show it to him so he get away from me. Like, they won't say it to him, but they will do it within their actions just to get it, because they know they don't deserve that man. Or deserve that person.
Maybe I shouldn't have said the word leader though, because like it might kind of distract away from the whole thing about like that whole allegiance thing. Like, there'll be somebody that or something that they'll give like their allegiance to, but it's only gonna be like one or two of those in their lifetime. And after that, it's like a wash. It's just, let me just extract everything that I can, from these niggas.
I will argue for, right? One or two in the short span of time, a third one if she actually accidentally find that nigga between her saying fuck it, and one at old age if he's ain't shit. I'll argue for, but two in her youth.
The allegiance on my program. I need a woman to get on my program. That means she's going to do something that she doesn't want to do. She's going to do for me because I said so. And she's not going to be mad and revengeful and try to do something back to me because she's on my program. And that's why we say, get on my program, I get away.
Like, on the program thing and all the allegiance thing, and I'm glad Inspired Truth brought that to the floor. We have a couple generations of women who swear allegiance to themselves. Okay, nothing wrong with that. But then hate the consequences of swearing allegiance to strictly themselves and maybe the sisterhood. And I'll say they swear allegiance to the sisterhood. Also, somebody's background. Somebody's background. Yeah, I don't know if there's a speaker or not, but yeah. So I will say they're swearing allegiance to themselves. Nothing wrong with that, and to the sisterhood. And then they have like this weird parasitic view of what their relationship should be to men, right? They don't swear allegiance to even the individual man they're with, right? That's on a day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute gig economy contract. Right? Like, it's like, ain't no union, you don't have one of them Gold Star union contracts. You don't even have right to work state, right? You're not even with right to work state. You have a minute by minute gig economy. If there's any complaints, even if there's not a complaint, we reserve the right to fire your ass or let your ass go, just like Uber. Like, we'll just go red light on you. You will just disbar you, or not even disbar, what's the term I'm looking for? Deplatform you off of Uber because we just wanted to. Like, that's how the women
at will contract.
At
will contract, minute by minute. Yeah, exactly.
Isn't the state of Florida like that?
Wait, say that again?
Isn't the state of Florida? Isn't that the policy?
Yeah. At will. Yeah. Florida is at will. Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So you're familiar with what that look like? Yeah.
And it literally is. I mean, the wherever you work, they will try to give a justifiable reason for whatever. But quite frankly, your boss could walk in and say, I don't like your shoelaces today. Now, I mean, like, that's not actually going on, but they don't really have to give a reason, bro. So, and I mean, that is no fault divorce now, isn't it? Oops. So, I mean, you know, so that allows for a certain type of behavior from the offending party. And that's just where we are. And the men and the boys are moving accordingly. And in your society, your system, your women, your children, or the ones that should exist, are going to feel that. The men are adapting and they're doing it quick to the environment. And to hell with, you know, to be frank with you, I don't think it's just going to be black men. Shout out to Nameless Protagonist that's on some Mandalorian thing. I think young men are going to be on some Mandalorian type of time. And
we just the first,
you know, Katie. Yep, Katie bar the doors on that one. Y'all better bar the doors, because once white men start moving Mandalorian,
they already have. They already have some.
Just at a small scale. It's just not as widespread. A lot of dudes like
they already have. When you hear like the, you know, when you hear Scott Galloway doing that shit with that shit on Oprah is telling you they already have. You think they give a shit about black men? That was for white dudes.
Yeah.
They already
Good
have.
point. Good point.
It wasn't for us, by us.
Right. Let me read this from Africa I Came, because this is great. And I know he meant to say swearing allegiance to neoliberalism. Everything in life is subject to market logic. And if you swear to the market, you get market solutions. And the market don't give a fuck about this ethereal, non-tangible thing you saying about love and whatever. You get what you get from the market. And you're not going to trick the market. You get what you get. And so whatever outcome happen, if you swear by the market and you have market worldview, you get what you get, bro.
No.
You know what's funny? It's like, what was it called? Even in my own family, like, I noticed how me and all the other dudes, we all kind of pulled away from all the chicks and stuff. The ones that not like in our family to a certain degree, it's like, yo, we kind of keep our arms length. Yeah, keep them at arm's length. And if you ain't married to anybody, you're kind of stuck out there nowadays. And especially like, the ones that are married, they're chilling with their husband and stuff. The ones that don't, you're like, yeah, man, like, you ain't coming over here. Like, even when we had our own place to live, and she, like, one of them was trying to come over. It's like, nah, we don't want you even in the house with us like that. It's like, yo, we want to keep our peace and our sanity. We love you, but you need to stay your ass across the street.
But yo, look, I have to pause right here because I got stuff to handle. I'm sorry, y'all. So we will pause right here. I know this was abrupt. We'll do another panel, maybe Friday. I don't know. That's a lot on Friday. We'll see. But let's shoot for Friday for another panel discussion, maybe Saturday morning if I could pull it. If not Friday. So we'll pause right here. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Y'all go check out other Black Manosphere content, other non-Manosphere content, for the love of God. And Mr. Z out. All right, y'all. And this was Mr. Z's promised panel discussion that I didn't have, but it was on Saturday or Sunday. And so we got the panel. I know it was short-lived. We going to double back. We're going to double back. All right, y'all. Mr. Z out.
You are now listening to Mr. Z Black Effect.